want to give massive thanks to all of my supporting members and friends. Thank you all so very much. Hello, good evening and welcome to you all. Oh, someone just walked by then, that was really disconcerting. How are you all? I know, 8 p.m. An unusual time for me, but it had to be done. I haven't done a live stream other than that debate, for want of a better word. I haven't done a sort of freeform live stream for a little while. My shifts are pretty bad. As most of you know, I do work shifts, and I was just thinking the reason it's worse lately is I have annualised hours because work is busier in the summer. They give us more hours in the summer, which means longer shifts, which makes things all the more awkward. And I have got a shift tomorrow, but it's not stupid o'clock in the morning. And I thought I would be able to do a live stream as long as it doesn't go on too late. So I thought, hey, being a clever chap, we could start a little earlier. I know some people will miss it. Perhaps the time doesn't work out so good for them. Apologise for that, but it doesn't hurt. Hopefully it won't be too often because I do like my 9 o'clock. It seems to suit me quite well. I see we've got 58 just showing on YouTube. It takes a while to update on the screen. So hello, good evening and welcome to you all. Lots of names I know, a few quick hellos of course. So scrolling up, no particular order. If I miss you out, I apologise. We got Mr. X, Mr. Y, Admiral Squatbar, a new name. Hello to you. Prog Rock Rules, Demon Orb, Brian Pop Robson again. And I think you're right. I think that down vote, which was there 104 minutes before I went live, I think that possibly could be Leo, couldn't it? Catherine Smith, hello to you. Did I watch Creaky Blinders Karen video? I didn't. I did see he's got one, and it is something I will watch, but I haven't seen that yet, I'm afraid. We've got Marek in there. Hello to you, Marek. And General Shady, who unfortunately can't stop. He's got to go to bed. I understand it. Just make sure you hold on tight, because I believe you're on the underside of the world, and we wouldn't want you to fall up out of bed, would we? Or is it down? You know what I mean. Who else we got? Oh, and by the way, my sound is working, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Watto UK and My Mum Bakes Cakes. Chris, Durham Music Channel. Yes, Chris, I did enjoy your little live premiere. Was that last night? I forget now. Time flies when you're having fun. Chris did how should we put it, Chris? A rather short premiere video. It was shorter than the YouTube countdown timer. I appreciated it. What it was, and I do ask that people go and watch it and give Chris a bit of support. It was a very, very short musical piece about Level Earth Observer. Topic tonight. Level Earth Observer being frightened to debate me. And Chris had the thought, and it's not a bad thought, if more creators can just do little, 30 seconds, maybe less, maybe a little bit more videos, in effect calling out Level Earth Observer, or at least letting him know that I'm asking him for a debate. It would be a nice debate. I wouldn't just, you know me, I don't just go full bore on swearing and stuff like that. I would give him every chance. It can be moderated, it can be on this channel, it can be on any channel he likes, actually, with one stipulation, that it's not on Nathan Oakley's. And in return, I promised to make a donation of £100 to a charity. That would have to be a registered charity, but a charity of his choice. Lo and behold, you wonderful people started stepping in and making pledges, matching and I'll chuck in this much and so on. Last time I looked, pledges, if they all came through, make it add up to about £1,400 or £1,500 to Level Earth Observer's chosen charity. So there's no reason for him not to do it, because hey, he's got demonstrable reality and real science on his side, hasn't he? So he can rip me a new one. Maybe I'll learn something. Maybe he can teach me a bit about cranes. Maybe. So yeah, if anyone's got a channel, just wants to do just a little video, nothing fancy, the more people that do it, the more of Level Earth Observer's subscribers will see it. Because unfortunately, although one or two people did post polite comments on his video saying that I had offered him this debate, in return there'd be donations to a charity, despite that, he decided to delete those comments. There was no rudeness, no slagging off, just saying, hey, Mr. S wants to do a debate with you, and he'll pay money to charity, and others are chipping in as well. And he deletes the comment, and I don't know so, but I wouldn't be surprised if those people now find themselves banned from Level Earth Observer's wonderful channel. They'll have to watch it without being able to put congratulatory comments on it. Never mind. So I hope Leo does step up for that. Carrying on. Blue Feather, Judy Bassett. Hello, Judy. Tusk. What was it? Yes, Tusk. Like I said, I sent you notification of the change of start time by Carrier Flurf. I'm sure it'll get there soon, unless it's fallen off the edge of the world. And Watto's not entirely sure he knows how to even use a keyboard. I'm sure you're right there. Captain Welshie, hello. Who else we got? Scrolling down. Snapcase72. Good evenings. Good evenings from Norway, and good evenings back to Norway. I guess you're an hour ahead, so you're running at our usual time. That's clever. Everyone should nip over to Norway, and you can watch me at the proper time of night. I hope that helps. And as I said, Mr. Arnold decided literally as I came in that he'd had enough, and he's opted it. He's gone. Oh no, he's sat outside. He may just join us. I don't know. I am D Fox. Hello to you. Carl Edwards. Doug Bwittenboss. Sorry, Doug. I don't know how to say your name. Please accept my apologies if I've just slaughtered it. We've got Paul Camish. You were just binge watching Mr. Sensible and he goes live. Well, thank you very much, Paul. I hope that you're binge watching it because you enjoy it, and not that you're thinking, hey, this is some good content for me to smash. But welcome, Paul. And yes, we are joined by none other than Mr. Arnold. Hey, come on, Arnold. When he gets a bit closer so I can grab him. Oh, grab him. Get him on camera for a minute. He hasn't been on for a while. Crispy Bacon, Purple Snowdrop, Dark Knight Apologetics, The Judgmental Cat, Irish Dublin Girl. Hello to you all. And Reg Liptic. Oh, Doug, thank you for being understanding. I try my best. I do. And Flow Rider. And Streamlabs, who says it makes sense. Tell others about Mr. Sensible's channel. Well, who am I to argue with Streamlabs? Oh, Streamlabs is a busy boy tonight. Hey, if you like this stream, don't forget to subscribe. Good advice. I hope you're all subscribed. So, yeah. Level Earth Observer, the topic tonight. Actually, just before I go into talking about Adam, below, you'll see my coming up is a guest appearance on a major channel. Channel, date, time is yet to be announced. It's secret. Don't tell anyone. No one. Especially Colon, because he'll tell everyone. He's like that. Doomsday Adam, hello. Alan Rogers, good evening to you. And 9 o'clock here. They're all coming in. Yeah, well, we're getting up there. Showing 93 on my screen right now. So the 8 p.m. Start hasn't hurt things too much, which I'm glad. I don't want people to miss it. It's nice. I have missed you guys. I really enjoy doing live streams, just shooting a breeze with you guys. I think I saw, let me just have a check because I don't want to miss it. I think I saw, yes, a super chat from Mr. 42. Hello, Mr. 42, for €2 saying, I don't entirely know exactly. I'm not going to finish that because otherwise I'll be clipped as though I'm saying it. Mr. 42 says that he doesn't entirely know exactly what is going on. Yeah, last thing I want is Adam to clip that. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Not. Hey, Mrs. S has gone out for the night. to see her friend who is moving to pastures new. Her bestest friend. It's quite sad, really. They do insult each other with rather strong words. And I told her an incredibly rude joke that she laughed her head off at, and she's going to tell and aim at her. It's so rude that there's no way I could share it with you guys. I'll share it one-on-one in person. There we go. What is this unsub button? Should I click? Yeah, Dark, what you do is you go straight to Nathan Oakley's channel and you click unsub. Okay? I'm sure that you're a subscriber of his. It will help Nathan Oakley's channel. Make sure everyone knows you go there, click unsub, because it's much better than just a plain old sub. Tickler Nizzler. I love that name. Greetings from the Netherlands. Greetings to you too. Ah, right. Oh, Dora Unku's in there as well. And Ivan James Hunt. Hey, Ivan. It was you, wasn't it? Had the idea about the science videos. Well, I did contact one place that I thought would be good to start off. And they took quite a few days to get back to me. And then eventually they said, you need to fill in this form if you want to do filming here. Okay, let's have a look at that. And then wanted to know how much lighting equipment I was going to bring. Well, I can actually bring these lights, they're portable. How many people, how much space I'll need, how long they'll need areas closed, and how much I'm willing to pay. I just wanted to have a little chat with someone and walk around and film a few things. Mrs. S said I should still fill in the form and just say, look, I'm not the BBC, I'm not Channel 4, or NBC, ABC, or any other things ending with C. And maybe they'll feel pity for me and say, all right, come on and do it for nothing. So I think that's probably a good call. I've only got to fill in the form, so I'll probably do that. But yeah, I wanted you to know, Ivan, that I did make a little progress. Not much, not a lot, but some. Prog Rock Rule says Namibia is CGI. Yeah, we know someone else who doesn't know where that place is, do we? And sub is a United Nations submarine. Thanks, John. It's good to know. Good to know. Hello, Globamon. Oh, you just came from your premiere of a Leo video. Oh, dear. I've not watched that, Mum. I obviously didn't realise you'd done that. I wonder... It'd be good if you did. Did you happen to mention about the challenge that we've made to him for the debate? Yeah, I'm waiting for an answer. That's the problem. I get so tied into the chat that I end up wanting to just stare at it. In fact, when I walked back in, I'd made some comment on the chat, and I was going to carry on commenting. And I thought, oh, it says waiting for Mr. Sensible. I better go live. Yeah. So Adam, Leveleth Observer, he's pretty harmless. His level of insults that he gives are as mild as anything, and I don't take any upset or offence at them. I really don't. I think it's quite funny. That's ridiculous, and that looks like a toilet roll and stuff like that. That just makes me laugh. It just shows he's got nothing. So I would actually quite enjoy a chat with him, just to... Oh, you knew about the video before... you made the video before the challenge. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Godmum. And if you can let others know, just a short video saying, hey, Leo and your subs, Mr. S wants you to email him, wants to have a debate, friendly debate. It can be, moderated, and you get money for the registered charity of your choice. £100 guaranteed, and with the additional pledges given by people, we're talking £1,500. So it's worth it to him. And as Wolfie said, Wolfie actually had made a kind pledge. He actually added another thing. He said that if Adam does it, he will make a short video, just without any teasing or being snarky or anything. I think he said he'll make a short video saying that Adam is a good bloke because he agreed to do that just in order to raise money for charity. And yeah, I would honestly give him kudos for that as well if he did. Definitely. Frank Kelly, hello to you. I haven't heard from Leveleth Observer yet, and unfortunately I believe that just about all the invites that people placed on his channel have been deleted somehow. We can't quite work out how it happened. It's very unfortunate because all the yeehaw isn't Adam Great type of comments are still there. Tim Tully, thank you very much. Super chatted $10 US. Leo ain't got the wisdom that the good Lord gave to a back molar. No. He hasn't got that sort of wisdom, has he? No, it would be fun. Can you imagine? Right, we've got 3 rounds of evidence. My first evidence is a crane. What's your second evidence? Well, that would be a crane. Go on in. And what's your third? It's some heavy lifting equipment called a crane. I've not seen him present any other evidence. He's laughed at things and said that looks like tinfoil and toilet rolls and toothpicks. But the only evidence he's got is cranes. Apparently that's the answer to everything. So when, what's his name? Elon Musk is struggling to get his Hyperloop train thing, invention type thing working, perhaps we should put him in touch with Levelith Observer and he can explain how cranes will help the situation. Oh, Blue, you did mean it won't let you upload it? Why is that then? Maybe it's a permissions thing. Let me just have a check. I'll have to have a look because you should be able to. I didn't even look at that. Attach files. Maybe is it attached file? I don't know. I'm quickly running through. I'll set them now, and you can have a try. Because people were sending messages. Have a try now. I'll save it now. Have a try. Otherwise, I'll mess around with it later. For those who don't know, what thingamajig Blue was talking about is I was sent a meme photo of myself by Ivy, and I thought, you know what? Over the past couple of years, there's been a few of those. I should start a memes channel on my Discord so that people can post them there. And lo and behold, Blue says, hey, there should be a channel for art for sensible fans. Funny you should say that. Unfortunately, it appears that only I can upload to it. Never mind. I will try and sort that out. Yes, the earth is flat because of cranes, says Observer. Yeah, so Adam, if you are listening, because I'm sure that you're a regular fan and you're actually a patron under a pseudonym, just to hide your generosity, and also a member, of course, joining when I'm not midstream so no one sees you appear, to just again to keep your anonymity. So I know that you watch all my stuff, which is very kind of you, and that you are one of those up likes, and I'm sure the down like is either someone like Riley or Oakley or someone. Anyway, Leo, I would very, very much like to chat. Honestly, I'm not a git. I won't just insult and slag you off or anything like that. I will definitely just talk about the evidence, without being rude. If you're ever going to debate anyone, I'd like to think that I would be the fairest person. I treat you as fair as absolutely anyone else would, and hopefully more so. Yeah. So just drop me an email, Adam. I honestly want to do it. We can make a big thing of it. We can even do something like stream it to both channels if you want. And you would raise, by looks of it, several £100s, perhaps as much currently as about £1,500 for a charity. Whatever sort of charity that is, whether it's for some children thing, some medical thing like cancer, some animal charity, something for ex crane drivers. If it's a registered charity, that's fine. Definitely fine. Yes. Oh, so we got snarking in Nimrod. Oh, Henriette says hello. Hello, Henriette, if she's watching. And for those who don't know, Henriette Hammer, along with a snark, did my outro music, my excellent outro song, Mr. Sandman, No, Mr. Sensible. I think that's the exact name for it. You'll correct me if I'm wrong, Snark. I've had lots of compliments about that music, you know. Dark Knight needs to slam his head against the nearest palm tree. Why a palm tree? Good old-fashioned oak, that'll do. That's nice and hard. Slam your head against that. Cranes go down, go boom boom. We have to tell Oakley that. Yeah, that always gets me, that gas go down, go boom boom. It's such a pathetic thing. If he just had some other way of saying, oh, so gravity affects gas, does it? And I don't know. But gas go down, go boom boom. That sounds like a bloody 6-year-old would say. It's embarrassing, Mr. Oakley. Absolutely embarrassing. Surely even you can do better than that. Yes, that would be interesting. Fairest in the land. Well, thank you, Heat. Thank you. I mean, I suppose, different creators, as we know, are different. Use different techniques, they're different styles, and so on. For instance, and I enjoy many different styles, from MC Toon's style of debating through to Fight the Flat Earth. I know that each of those may not be what you as an individual like, but I happen to like them. I mean, the one thing I would say about Fight is he will start off and play it with a straight bat. I've seen him debate people who have honest belief in their being polite, wrong but polite, and so on, and he treats them just the same. Did you see his debate with Santos Bonacci? Well, it wasn't a debate. Absolutely ridiculous. Not Craig's fault. That guy is the pit. He is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. If you haven't seen it, but you want to see the utter depths that flat earthers will go to, then give it a watch. But be warned, some absolutely foul language. I mean disgusting. Craig had to start off with reading some of the emails he'd been sent, which were vile, sent by this guy who didn't apologise for it, and it just seemed to get worse throughout. In fact, he was so bad, if you check Fight's community page, or is it his Twitter, I'm not sure, he's actually put a screen cap of a comment on Bonacci's channel by one of his subscribers who's followed him since 2016, says that he's cancelling his Patreon or membership and is unsubbing because he was so disgusted with the way Santos behaved and the vileness that came out of his mouth. I have never... I mean, we've seen people swear. We've seen people accuse people of being pedophiles or whatever, but usually you get one or two nasty comments and that's it. These guys, every other sentence, it was just vile. And the guy's now so embarrassed he's taken his own debate stream down. That shows you how bad it was. Do I like your style, Ranty? I can't get used to Flirspective. I can't. I think you've got to get Ranty in your name somewhere. Obviously, I know who you are, but I don't know. I just think of you as Ranty. But do I like your style? Yeah, I like your style. I had no problem with you before, did I? And as you know, at that time, a difficult time for me, just shortly before Christmas, you were very kind. Despite being on the other side, you made a super chat in sympathy with what I was going through. And I think I mentioned that before, but do you know what? That really, really touched me. I was really pleased. So yeah, I like your style. You were still totally wrong in your mage debunking, no, Ranty. Not because you were wrong about the shape of the earth or not, but you were doing the wrong camera. I so wanted to get you on that, but I never got round to doing a video about it. Never mind. I won't be able to now. Can't rip into one of our own, can I? Oh, Ivan likes FTFE's deliberate goading. Yeah, he can use that. But as I said, if you've ever seen him with a reasonable person, they're on the other side. They haven't got any evidence, really. They're questioning all the real evidence. But they're polite and they're trying to understand. They're listening to explanations, maybe disagreeing with it. But, playing it with a straight bat, he will play it with a straight bat back at them. It's when they start lying or straw manning, swearing. I'm not talking about somebody who just drops the odd F-bomb or whatever, but the accusations that Santos was making was despicable, absolutely despicable. Oh, Ranty, thank you. Perspective for £10. Here's another one. Let's celebrate me being back on the globe. Definitely, definitely. And I hope that you, I'm sure you do, but I hope you not only know, you felt the pleasure of people, the genuine pleasure at seeing you do what you did. It showed, you can get people who are honest and honestly wrong. But we know that many, I won't say all, but many of those flat earthers are actually being dishonest. You showed that okay, you held that belief, but you were honestly looking at the evidence. That's all you can ask, isn't it? And having looked at that evidence, you reached a point where that one last piece of evidence, I guess, was the straw that broke the camel's back. There was no other explanation. And you showed the colour, what's the word? I can't think what the phrase is, but you showed that your inner colours or whatever it is, and you decided, right, having seen that, I can't dispute that. That's correct. The Earth cannot be flat. That it's a wonderful thing, mate. Wonderful thing, really was. Someone's asking about that comment, are they? Ranty's a good guy. Had me pissing myself on Fight's game show. How about a co-op, Mr. Sensible with perspective comment? Hey, I tell you what, Ranty. I don't know what you're up to now, but if you fancy jumping on just for a chat, then please feel free. Because I don't think you've actually been on the channel, but if you're busy or whatever, or just don't want to, that's cool as well. There's literally no pressure. Pressure? What's pressure? I don't know. No pressure. Atmospheric or just gas. Can a flirf brain be flat? I don't know. Flirf brains are probably full of wind. The straw that broke the back. Yeah. And honestly, Ranty, like I said, that's it. That's all you can do, isn't it? Look at the evidence, and if you still disagree, you hold your belief until there's enough evidence to sway you. Then you move. But we know some other people who would be. I mean, if you took some of them up in Virgin Galactic or teleported them to the ISS, they would just deny it. They would just deny it. You're at a party tonight? Yeah, of course, Ranty. Open invite, okay? And in fact, my bad. It appears you're blue. You have a spanner, you spanner. Yeah, it's an open invite, Ranty, okay? So any time. My channels are open invite. I mean, I've got some people sat in the live waiting room, but there's no guarantee. It depends what I'm doing, who I've got on, and so on. But it's an open invite to sit there to see if you get picked. And I'd like to chat to you. That'd be cool. Oh, there's a new name, Wasteland Wanderer. Good evening to you. Is WPL in here? Did I see WP? Someone's commenting something to WPL. What's WPL saying? Oh, still waiting on globe evidence. Haven't seen any yet. Oh dear. Oh, WPL. Well, you couldn't do you could do worse than having a look at my Mage What Shape is the Earth video, because we take you up to 38.5 kilometres and show you the bloody curve. How's about that then? With brass knobs on. True colours. Yeah, thanks, Mr. X, Mr. Y. Sorry, I'm a bit jumping around in the comments. Oh, and there's a party at Ranty's. Nice one. Hello, MK Fathers. Good evening to you. Zero ball evidence. Okay, WPL. What about sunsets? What about the Blackpool Tower that finally persuaded Ranty? How about that then? What about stellar rotation with 2 points of stellar rotation in the night sky? That doesn't actually show its globe, but that shows it can't possibly be flat. It's going to be another three-dimensional shape. How about that then? What about orbits of the planets, which are predictable? Predictable to the great extent that Neptune was discovered because of the wobbles in the Uranus's orbit, or was it the other way around? I forget right now. Yeah, so that all ties up. Stubbornness is common trait amongst flat earthers, says Jezza. I reckon you're right. Stubbornness and protection of the t-shirt industry. I think that could be part of it. Made showed zero curve. Nice attempt. Wow, WPL, do you actually have a channel? Because I'd love to see you debunk it. Because many have tried. Tried and failed. No, tried and died. Where's that quote from? You guys are good at spotting quotes. Where's that? Many have tried. Tried and failed. No, tried and died. I'm not going to give you long to get that quote. Not long at all. Yeah, so WPL showed zero curve. Well, in fact, we showed that there was curve against a drawn-on line and against physical strings in all areas of the lens. We also showed atmospheric pressure dropping from about 101,000 pascals to about 360 pascals. It was 0.3% of atmospheric pressure with no container. And funnily enough, your 14.7 psi at ground level did not rush up to 38.5 kilometres. So you've got to explain that as well. It's going to be tough, pal. But do feel free to do a video on it. Do feel... June. Who got it? June is too weird for Watto. June says Green Dragon. I'm going back. Julie Allison said it before that. A Madman before that. Blue Feather and Dora and Coo. Hey, you said Uranus. I did. Sorry. It looks like Blue Feather got it first. Yep. Paul Atreides with the Reverend Mother Gaius Helen Mohaim. And a box with Pain by Nerve Induction. Love those books. Absolutely love them. Got all of them. And I see there's a super chat. Let me refresh and read it. Excuse me a second. So what we got? I missed one. I do apologise. Tim Tully super chatted $10 US saying Leo... Oh, no, I did read that, didn't I? Leo ain't got the wisdom that the good Lord gave to a back molar. Anyway, you got your money's worth. I read it twice. Thank you, Tim. And Ranty gave the other £10, and then Ranty donated 5 again. Shout out for Seek Truth, Speak Truth. It was GoFundMe. Oh, let me have to maximise that, or I don't see it all. Seek Truth, Speak Truth GoFundMe campaign to get himself a new PC and some software. He has the link on his community tab. Well, there we go. If anyone's feeling like a little donation to Seek Truth, Speak Truth to upgrade his kit, I'm sure a mod can drop a link to his channel somewhere in the chat. Seek Truth, Speak Truth, of course, being another flat earther who has seen the light. Actually, that's Baldy Cats, Conspiracy Cats, 2 for 2, isn't it? He's doing good work. I like cats. Definitely do. Fear is the little mind killer. Yeah, I shall face my fear. Yeah, maybe I'll do some June quotes in some of my videos. Definitely. All right, you guys hate the second law of thermodynamics. Ball addicts hate science. Go on then. Tell us, what does the second law of thermodynamics have to say about the shape of the Earth then, WPL? I know exactly what you're going to say, and you're wrong. Oh, there's another super chat. Why didn't I see that one? Let me refresh that again. Oh, Alan Rogers super chatted £5 and said nothing. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. I wish more flat earthers would say that. That's very wise words, sir. Very wise. All right, thank you, Ranty. The link there for Seek Truth, Speak Truth. I forgot that you'd be able to do it because you got a blue spanner, haven't you? Yes, spanner. Yeah, so WPL, still mad the earth is flat, so sad for you. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about people holding that as a belief. I feel sad for people who hold that as belief. I do what I do, as do other debunkers to try and mainly stop others falling down that hole, because it's a gateway conspiracy. A bit like cannabis is or can be a gateway drug. It leads people onto bigger and better conspiracies. Things like moon hoax and satanic paedophilic sex trafficking rings. Come on. How much evidence you got? None. That'll do. Yeah, so it's nothing to do with hating flat Earth. If I tell you what, if like Ranty, I would like to say that if flat earthers could provide decent, proper evidence that can't be explained in other ways, and indeed the evidences and theories of flat Earth explain what we see better than existing theories, then I would be a flat earther, but not before I see that. You need evidence. Otherwise you're just believing stuff for no reason. Why wouldn't you just believe in Thor? Why wouldn't you believe in fairies? Why wouldn't you believe in the flying spaghetti monster? For exactly the same reason I don't believe in flat Earth. There's no evidence for it. But do feel free. Honestly, feel free. If you've got evidence, hey, I will look at it. I will honestly look at it. I'll probably end up disagreeing with it and quite possibly taking the mickey out of you. But do feel free to have a go. Mr. Sensible, feel free to use the pictures I just sent you via Discord. Thanks, Nimrod. I will have a look at, well, let's just have a quick glance. Oh, right. Well, I'm not going to try and set... this is an easy stream tonight because I haven't got loads and loads of windows open, with videos and things like that. So I'm not going to muck around trying to get those pictures shown. It's some very nice pictures, sunset pictures. Because, yeah, that's the simplest thing, WPL. You can't explain sunsets on a flat Earth. Not at all. Can I just time out? Be done with it, Mr. S. Irish Dublin girl. You naughty Irish Dublin girl. No, don't time him out. I want people like WPL for a couple of reasons. One, we might persuade him to change his ways. Secondly, if we go timing him out left, right and centre, you'll get them crying to have people saying, oh, censorship, censorship. Don't do censorship. Other than, and I'll freely admit we would censor hate speech, racism and stuff like that, okay? And extreme cussing, for want of a better word. Yeah, and the other thing is, of course, there may be one or two other flat earthers watching, and if we're dealing with things WPL says, it might make them think. So as long as, as long as WPL keeps their tongue civil, which they are so far, I have no problem with anything you said so far, WPL, then there is no problem. You're welcome here. And if WPL, you want to come on, you're welcome to right now. Okay? I will talk to you. I will not sit here harassing you or abusing you. I will just talk to you. So if you've got a mic and headphones and you've got 10 minutes or more, then jump onto my Discord. Link should be in the description, and go into the live waiting room and perhaps drop a message, and I'll talk to you. People want you banned because they can't handle flat earth reality. Well, you're not banned here, WPL, so come tell me about it. Will you come on? That's an honest, genuine invite. Okay. So, come on, pal. Yeah, sorry, I got that distracted feeling. Yeah, so jump onto the Discord. Have a chat. Because I tell you what, even Multi Tom Tom has come on for a short while, and he agreed that I did not give him any abuse or anything like that, and I treated him fairly, let him speak. So if you do want to go onto a channel that's not a flat Earth channel, and but you're holding off because of how you think you'll be treated, this is your chance, okay? Because okay, I admit, if you go onto certain channels, you would get a reaming, okay, an absolute reaming. But here, we'll just chat about it. You can argue your case, I'll argue mine, and it will not. There'll be no hard feelings, no animosity. Peter Afanas says that you're a coward and you won't come on. So you could prove Peter wrong, couldn't you? Oh, Adam L doesn't think you would either. Hello, Joe Whip. How are you, pal? Yeah. You actually, WPL, you're not a pseudonym for Adam, Level Earth Observer, are you? He'd like to see you on. Sorry. I'm going. Doomsday Adam says you don't even have evidence for your own balls. I like that. Like that a lot. Yeah, so it would be good. Oh, look, Heat Shield's even gone and dropped you a Discord invite link. So there you go. I'll keep an eye out for you as best I can. If you do come in, just either shout in the chat or someone let me know. Who's Adam? Adam is Level Earth Observer. He who has done a scientific experiment to prove, apparently, that the Earth doesn't spin by going along in a car on a motorway or freeway, dangling a tennis ball by a short length of hairy string. Quite what that shows, I don't know. But that's the best he's done so far. While also shouting, oh, and also, of course, Adam, he's the guy I'm talking about up here. He's also the guy who screams out for demonstrable reality. And his demonstrable reality, in an attempt to debunk me about suspension bridges proving the curve of the Earth, was a single photograph. Guess what? Guess what it was of? Anybody? What do you think he sent me a photo of? Or showed a photo of on his video? A crane. He's Crane Boy. Captain Crane Boy. Or, I said I know an absolutely disgusting, very, very funny joke. I might call him Captain Caniston, but I'm not going to explain why. Was the tennis ball inside a car? Yes, Tony Dwyer, the tennis ball was inside a car. Hello, Professor Phil. The Sensible family is all fine. Mr. Arnold is sat outside. He actually came in, he went back out and he sat outside. I can't make it out. A crane, a crane, a crane. Of course it was a crane. You guys are so clever. You must all be subscribers and really study all of Adam's science. An anti-science experiment, says Dark. Yeah, Captain Crano. It was a big red crane. Yes, I'm still waiting for you. Are you still in here, WPL? Oh, wrong thing. I don't want to manage the mods. I want to see if WPL's... Yeah, you're still in here. Good. Yeah, come on, WPL. All right. I don't know if you've ever... I don't know if you've got a channel. Maybe... and I'm not mocking at all. Maybe you're just shy about the idea of going on mic. I would understand that. That's fine. Tickler Nesler, where are you at, football head? What are you doing? What are you talking about? My head is specially designed. I am built for speed. I have a very low coefficient of drag. Definitely. Demonstrable reality sounds a bit pratty. It does, doesn't it? Hello, Jesse102. How are you? Not seen you for a little while. Glad you're here. Oh, Arnold's think we're coming in again. He's struggling with his VIP entrance door. Come on, Arnold. Come on. He did come in, didn't he? Because I said if he comes near me, I'll grab him and pick him up. He should know. He knows how to get in. This studio is Arnold's, I think, at least 50%. Because the number of times if I come down here first thing in the morning or sometime during the day, he's in here. He can't work out how to do the cat flap. Come on. Push it. Oh, dear. Which was better experiment, tennis ball versus the egg? Oh, I don't know. I did like Riley's egg video. Hey, Runty, can I ask you, without revealing names, just out of fairness, when a flat earther does something like that, like his egg experiment, or let's say, I don't know if you recall, he did one about blue shift, red shift, being why sunrises are a bit bluish and sunsets a bit reddish. Did the rest of the flat earthers sort of laugh behind their backs and sort of say, what a bloody idiot? Or did they all cheerlead them? I would like to know. That'd be, because it'd be lovely to be a fly on the wall when stuff like that comes out. The same with debunks. I'm going to have to let this boy in. Excuse me 1 minute. I'm not going for a Riley. Just going to get Arnold. Yay, we got an Arnold. Oh, he's about to clear off again. There you go. Come on, Aunt. Say hello. Hey? I hope you can hear him. He's purring away. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. So I don't know if I missed any replies there. It'd be worth switching off, says Adam L. Switching off what? I don't know. Don't know what it is. I've missed some stuff, haven't I? Missed some stuff. Good point, Nimrod. Good point. Can't see her now. When I see her, Jessie 10-2, where are you? Where are you, mine shots? There we go. Yeah, you've gone blue, Jessie. You've gone blue. What I must do at some point is do a review of all my mods. Not that I'm saying any mods have done anything wrong, but I've now got quite a lot of mods, and I think it needs to be kept to a reasonable number because, well, a couple of things really. I mean, it's quite a nice balance in here tonight, but I've been on some channels and it looks like everyone's a mod, which is okay in that I'm sure they're all trustworthy people that the creator is happy with. But I also think it can partly scare off people who are from the other side if they just see a wall of blue. But also, if there's one or two people who aren't mods, it can start to make them feel hard done by. Anyone who is not a mod currently, it doesn't mean that I don't think you're trustworthy or anything like that. Although I don't like it, it's not that at all. But I do want to keep it to a reasonable number. So what I may do is start cycling out some mods so that some other people can have a go, and also to give those people who are mods a bit of a break. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have a think on it. But it did cross my mind the other day. We want Arnold. Well, there was Arnold. Cat knows more about flat earth and flatness than the owner. Says WPL. Well, you want to be careful, WPL. His name is Arnold Slayer of Flurfs, and he has. Actually, I was doing a demonstration, a scientific experiment, and I'd made a cheese-shaped flat earther, and Arnold bit his head off. So be careful, WPL. He's sat here on my desk. He's turned his back. He has actually turned his back. Hold on. Oh, there you go. On my desk. He's the boy he is. And I probably screwed up my camera position. How's that? That'll do. Yeah, you're right, Turtle. Why should he bother with a cat flap when there's a human? Yeah. Controls like WPL have a colour too. I'm not going to go there, Brian. Not going to go there. Second dislike from you. So what have you got to dislike then, WPL? Being honest, is that just because I'm the other side? Or because of something I said? I've asked if you wanted to come on. You have the freedom to come on here and talk and expound your position. Tell us what you believe, why you believe it, what your evidence is. You haven't sort of given some other sort of excuse, like I said, that, for instance, cool, fair enough. You don't come on streams, or you're a bit nervous about speaking. That's fine. I understand that, and I wouldn't mock you for that. I really wouldn't. I know that the first time I went on quite a large channel, I was a bit nervous, and I have people saying that to me. We've had people on streams, and it's perhaps their first time they've ever been on a stream, and they know that I've got X thousand subs. They know that there's, well, this time's 100. Well, on my screen it says 175 watching, and they know that a lot more people are going to watch. and I feel a little nervous, and that's okay. That really is. That's not a problem. What is a problem is my aircon is getting me cold. Switch off. Getting me too cold. And we can't have that now, can we, my love? No. Mr. 42 is almost trustworthy. Good evening, FE Peer Review. It's good to see you too. What's this Arnold Loaf? Arnold Loaf? Yeah, thank you, Timbox. The wrench is a privilege. One thing I will say is I never, ever, ever, is one of my personal rules, give a wrench to someone. If they say, can I have a wrench? They don't get one. That's the only thing. I don't want people to expect or think that they're earned in any way. I give wrenches out when I'm comfortable and I'm looking to think I need a couple more mods on here. And I'll give them out to people who I have had interactions with and am comfortable with, because it is a position of trust, because a mod could do a certain amount of damage, at least to the reputation of a channel. So it's something you have to be careful with. Definitely. So, nice reverse psych. No, nice reverse psych, WPL. If you don't want to come on, you don't want to come on. That's fine. Okay? What I'm saying is the offer is open. If you come on, I will say hello, let you introduce yourself, what your beliefs are and so on, and then we can talk about it. Simple as that. And when you say, I want to go now, you go. Okay? You would not get me just plain insulting you. I might say something like, oh, that's an idiotic thing to believe, but that's about as tough as I'll get with, on the cussing side. I'm not going to shout and swear at you. But if you don't want to, that's fine. Okay? It's a shame that no one wants to come on and defend the flat earth. Maybe that's not you. Maybe you know someone else who would come on here and defend the flat earth, in which case, why don't you ask them? Because I'm open to it, okay? Or, as Ivan James Hunt says, what? No, we're only teasing. Only teasing. Yeah, but there are so many questions that globe Earth as a potential theory can explain. Things like sunsets, 2 points of stellar rotation, etc., 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 each of which are a total killer for flat Earth. And the times when flat Earth has come up with some sort of wobbly explanation for one of them, it actually works against another wobbly explanation for something else, because they can't both be true. Judy Bassett super chatted €10 saying, I like being green, not blue, wrench. Yeah, Judy is a very supportive member, and I really do appreciate it, Judy. And I hope you don't mind me saying, Judy, I'm pretty sure, forgive me if I'm wrong, if memory serves, Judy was one of the people who has made a pledge to Adam to offer additional. If I'm wrong, Judy, I'm sorry. You don't have to, but I believe that it's a case that Judy made a pledge for some money to go to registered charity if Adam does indeed go ahead with this debate. And there you go. Actually, it's a good case in point, WPL. Right? I've offered Adam to have a debate because I would anyway. But the prime reason that made me do it is he did an air quotes debunk of my video by just literally calling up the YouTube, dragging the slider across so you can see all the mini images and saying, no, he's got nothing. He didn't even play it, at least on screen. I'm sure he watched it. He didn't play it and just said, he's a liar. He's a demonstrable liar. So I've called out his arse. So there you go. He is someone who, if he came on, would also get a fair crack at it. It can be moderated. We get turns to present evidence and so on and counter each other's evidence. But he's too yellow to. Not just too yellow to do that, but also so yellow that where people have put comments on his video saying Mr. S is offering some money plus these additional pledges to go to charity if you have a chat with him, he deletes them. What does that say about Flat Earth? How confident is he, as a Flat Earther, of his beliefs and evidence? Either he has absolutely no confidence in it, or he knows it's not true. I'm going for both. I'm just going to refresh the Super Chats because I do not work with... yeah, that's okay, I'm up to date. Lovely. Because I hate the idea, and the couple times when I have missed a Super Chat, I've issued my deepest apologies the very next stream, but I don't like that happening. Don't like. Oh, Debut, sorry, let me scroll back. I did see Debut said, honest question, Mr. S. Don't you believe that 3/4 of the so-called Flat Earth Society are just trolls and desperate attention seekers? What do I believe? I believe there are some who are genuine, and now based on his evaluation of evidence and then deciding to accept the globe, I believe that Ranty was one of those. And as I said, I'm not knocking people who honestly believe it, because either they've been persuaded, some of them, I don't wish to be rude, perhaps just don't understand, whatever. But if there's an honest held belief, I respect that it's an honest held belief. As long as they continue to look at the evidence, then they continue to get my respect. But people who just hand wave away, I don't respect that. I can't respect Adam just laughing and saying, well, it's just plainly ridiculous, it's pantomime. Have you seen the state of that? I mean, that's not an argument. That's not looking at evidence. There's no respect to be had there. So I believe there are a few of those. I think there's quite a few who believe it because, or at least profess to believe it because of religious reasons. And for them, because I'm not talking about all religious people, but for those ones, they're the ones who can't understand that religion and science can sit side by side, but science is going to point out some things that religion cannot live alongside, not as is. Things like the age of the universe. If you were just going by biblical genealogies, that in no way, shape or form equates to the age of the earth and the universe. Now, many religious people, I think, can say, well look, actually, that's parable or allegory or whatever, and I disagree, but I could understand that. But there's many who are biblical literalists. They then have a problem with science. Therefore, science is evil, a work of Satan. Therefore, the scientists say we can go into space, we've gone to the moon, therefore it must be wrong. I think there's a lot of that, and again, I have no respect for that. And then, of course, you've got the floggers like P-Brain, the floggers of T-shirts, and you've got the e-beggars, the e-beggars of the Oakley ilk. Talk about e-begging. Mr. Oakley has been, over time, building up his studio. I understand that he worked some time ago in audio as an audio salesman, so I'm sure he's got an ear for good sound. I know there's a friend of mine lives a few doors down. He's got some very expensive audio equipment, valve amps and so on, and he has spent thousands and thousands of pounds on it. It is worth it to him. When I've listened, I think, yeah, that sounds good, but I'm happy with an ordinary but reasonable quality stereo. To him, it probably sounds awful. To me, it sounds fine. His sounds better, but not £10,000 better. To him, it's worth it. So anyway, Oakley has decided he wanted to improve his studio sound, and he's been putting up these panels all around his living room. They're strange wooden panels, sort of foam filled, and I don't know what else is in them. And he's been e-begging to make these improvements to his studio. He has finally, apparently, completed it. He spent £4,000. Now, I know that people put up sound deadening and so on, and I know that can improve the sound. I mean, you go into some empty hall and sound echoes, and it's awful. You go into a room that's got lots of soft furnishings, it sounds nicer. So anyway, he's put up all this stuff. I believe he spent around £4,000 on it. Okay, I don't think it's worth it, especially as an awful lot of people will listen to it on a phone with a crappy little tiny speaker. But, you know, he wanted to spend some money on that. He put out a video with a before and after, with him doing his intro. Hello, I'm Nathan Oakley. Welcome to Globe Earth Debates or whatever. There you go. And this is after. Hello, I'm Nathan Oakley. Welcome to... It sounds exactly the bloody same. It's not like he spent that money, got a big change, and I don't like how it's changed. I can hear the difference. If I'd spent 50 quid to get that level of improvement, I'd probably feel hard done by. £4,000! This is the same Nathan Oakley who has moaned about people taking the food from the mouths of his children. Well, there's £4,000 you could have stuffed in your children's gobs, Mr. Oakley. No, you've wasted it. So, yeah, there's the likes of him as well. So I think you've got the honest but incorrect people. You've got the religious. You have the sellers of goods who just are in it to earn some money. And we know that Mr. Oakley is one of those because he has been caught. I'm sure that someone at some time can show you if you haven't seen it. I think it was Discord screen capture. It was taken during an argument, and Oakley and Anthony Riley were having a debate with someone else. I don't even recall who. And Riley was about to mention something, and Oakley stopped him. He said, "Don't mention the lighthouse. That's slam dunk proof that the Earth is a globe." He knows it's a globe. He's lying. Gillian is lying to you. What film was that from? That's another one. So. Deborah, so I hope you take that as I'm trying to be as open and honest as I can. As for maybe I should do it for our side. I can speak for myself. I do it because, firstly, I enjoy it. I enjoy reading Flat Earth, laughing about it, and then following debunkers for many years. Before it became big on YouTube, on the Flat Earth Society forums. So I enjoy it as in itself. I find it an interesting hobby. I've learnt lots of things, partly from other creators and partly when I've had to learn stuff for myself in order to do a debunk video. And I also do it because I don't want people to fall down that hole. Or even to come away from it, like Ranty did. And that's a wonderful thing. On a day when someone turns around to me and says, "Hey, Mr. S, you persuaded me," I'll be really happy. And I'll tell you what, it's happened twice with cats. If that happens one time, I'll think it's all been worth it. I really, really will. Hopefully it happens more. Maybe it has, and the person just hasn't wanted to say. And that's fine too. And as for money, I am earning some money. I'm not hiding that. I have patrons, I have super chats, and I have money for ad revenue. It helps my family. I do work full time, but my wife doesn't work. She was a carer for my mum for many years, so money was tight. So that started to help. However, it's not easy money. You don't spend 10 minutes, knock up a video and count hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Oh no, it's hours and hours and hours of work. But it's work I don't mind putting in. And in return, I do get some money back. So I'm always grateful for that. I do not take my members, patrons, super chatters for granted at all. I do appreciate each and every one of them. As for other creators, they'll have to speak for themselves. So go ask them. Sorry, I've let the chat run away, so if there's anything that was applicable... hold on. Okay, if there's anything applicable, you might have to mention it again, because I've missed it. Dora and Koo, I persuaded you. Did I persuade her from the Flat Earth? No, I persuaded her, and she likes cheese even more now, which is Even better news, Dora. Thank you. Lend us a tenner, says Max. I have no cash at all. I'm not allowed cash. I really am not allowed cash. As soon as I have cash, Mrs. S has cash, and I no longer have cash. Cash is something that appears in my hand for about 30 seconds. I don't get to spend it. Not at all. We've still got WPL in here. The ball earth conditioning becomes irreversible for most. Very effective. Hello, Multi Tom Tom. I didn't see you there. I mentioned you earlier on. I said to WPL there that you came on the stream because you did. You had the cojones to come on the stream, didn't you? And we chatted for a few minutes. You'd only popped in for a while, and we had a nice little chat. And then you went. There was no problem at all, was there? Perhaps you can just tell, even if you totally disagree about everything else, you can tell WPL, please comment to WPL, that I did treat you decently and fairly. That would be a nice thing to do, Tom Tom, and an honest thing to do. Cash is queen. Yes. I like that. You spend wads on pictures. All right, Brian. Okay. You had to bring that up. You wouldn't let it lie, would you? You just wouldn't let it lie, would you, Robson? No. Yeah, I spent wads on pictures. Yeah. And for those who don't know, that was my picture of a spaceman, Mr. Buzz Aldrin, because he actually changed his name to Buzz from Edwin. Edwin E. Aldrin, now Buzz Aldrin, the second astronaut on the moon. His picture, or the picture of him taken by Neil Armstrong on Tranquility Base, called Visor Shot, the famous astronaut photo with him stood there with his arms sort of partly across him. I bought an original 1969 vintage NASA official print that has then been autographed by none other than Buzz Aldrin. So yes, I spent a wad. Yes, Mrs. S mentions it every now and then, but there's nothing she can do about it. Not now. Right. What tosh? There is no debate. The Earth is proven flat and stationary, says Multi Tom Tom. I must have missed that. Oh, damn. What about you, Tom Tom? Do you want to come on and tell us what we missed then? Yeah? You're going to come on? You're welcome to come on for a chat. Oh, what's happened here? Has my screen gone screwy screen? Let's have a quick refresh here. I think I saw it. Right. Oh, right. Oh, my goodness. David, it must have been when I was doing that long spiel, when I was bending your ears. David Tremont, super chatted $25 New Zealand dollars, $25.99, saying many thanks. Well, thank you, David. I appreciate that. I really and genuinely do. Thank you, sir. And Sven Arngrimsson. How was that, Sven? How was that? Arngrimsson. 750 ISK Swedish krona. What's the I? Individual Swedish krona, 750 thereof. Unsub Nathan Oakley. It's United Nations sub. Definitely. We established that earlier on for those who joined later on. So please, if you're subscribed to Nathan Oakley, please upgrade with not just an ordinary sub, but an unsub. He'll like that. And tell him, please do, put a comment on his video, give him a thumbs up and say, hey, I've unsubbed from you, Mr. Oakley. He will be pleased. It always makes him, I do like to make him happy. Definitely. What's this? Iceland. Icelandic Swedish krona. Oh, Multi-Tom-Tom. Multi-Tom-Tom. Apparently you got something right. I'm going to give you credit for that, pal. Definitely. But please, do tell WPL that if he comes on, he'll get a fair hearing. Definitely. What's this? Stop. Someone called Well? Is someone called... Oh, or is it Well Stop Lying? Sorry, I missed the name. Is the name Well, or is it Well Stop Lying? I don't know. Can't see them on there. Well, S. Thurston 2 says for everyone the sun moves through the sky steady 15 degrees per hour, except near the horizon. That's impossible on a flat Earth, where the sun would be much faster towards midday. That's right. Like a car going past. You see it go, and then it's slow again, apparently. That's how the sun would be. Comparatively, it would pass you quickly, but off in a distance, each direction, in the morning and the evening, it would look a lot slower. But it don't happen, because the Earth ain't flat, WPL. The Earth is a globe, Mr. Multi Tom Tom. And I see I've got a super chat for 30. Nimrod's super chatted a Swedish sex dance for 30 krona. Well, knock yourself out, Nimrod. Go ahead, do your sex dance. I would say that's not enough for an actual sex dance, but I'm not trying to encourage her. I did do one. There is a video of mine where I did one, and I then linked it in with the one with Fight the Flat Earth and Team Skeptic. I thought that'd be good. Maybe they'll notice me. They didn't notice me. Didn't notice me at the time. Truth is not in their vocabulary, says Mr. X, Mr. Y. Well, yeah. No, actually, no, truth is not in their vocabulary. It's always, for some reason, in their channel name. Definitely. I'm surprised it's Nathan Oakley Truth 1980. Maybe he should change his channel name to that. Oh, what's this about Boots on the Moon? Boots on the Moon? Because I see that... oh, where is it? Oh, I've lost it. For some reason, when I try and scroll up and down, it seems to jump a bit. Tony Dwyer just nipped out for a quick sunset. Flat can be eliminated without resorting to NASA. Yes, who is it? Is it MC Toon, who produces all his stuff avoiding NASA so that it can't, and he actually tells them, no, that's nothing to do with NASA, this is me, or this is information I got from there. I'm not sure if it's him. I see someone's talking about the sun. Sorry, I missed it. Sun. Oh, it's S. Thurston again. Sun is always loomed by refraction, always rises early and sets late. That's right. So when you see the last bit of the sunset, the sun has already set in reality, geometrically. It's an apparent sunset. There, I hope Mr. Oakley hears that. They'll throw a wobbly over that one, won't he? He's always worried about the apparent horizon. Now he's got an apparent sunrise and an apparent sunset. Okay. WPL says your side made a claim about a ball shape. It's been falsified. Now you're crying about it. Hands up everyone in here who's crying because the globe has been busted. None of them. And I counted them twice, WPL. What claim? That it is a ball, or a sphere, or an oblate spheroid? Pear-shaped. You'll go off on that next, won't you? Yeah. MC Toon reports the OSI. Yeah, well, that's true. Oh, it's Red's rhetoric. Thank you, Simon. You're quite right. Red's. Yeah, he avoids NASA. He produces all his own stuff, like measuring the height of the ISS, which was astonishing. Yeah. So he's still... do you know what, WPL, are you just having trouble getting onto the Discord? I keep waiting for you. But you don't appear. You don't appear at all. Oh, WPL and Multi are denying the moon landings. Well, that's funny, Jezza. I don't know why they're doing that. I've got a damn photographic print of Buzz on the moon. I hope it's real, because I dropped $1,000 on that photo. I'm not going to say I've been ripped off. Oh, noes. Well, they're denying the moon landings. Well, top tip to both you, WPL and Multi Tom Tom, don't mention that directly to Dr. Aldrin, because a smack in the teeth often offends. Definitely. Monologue. Sorry, what's this? By the way, nothing gets past the dome. Oh, nothing gets past the dome then, Tom Tom. So, where are meteors coming from? Or where? Yeah, meteorites. shooting stars. Are they getting past the dome? Or are they bits of the dome falling off? A lot of iron in some of those meteorites. There won't be much of a see-through dome. Oh, I don't know. Why are we even talking about this, Tom Tom? The good thing about science is you come up with an idea, like, hey, I think it might be a dome. In which case, the next step is to look for some evidence for it, or to form a hypothesis. What would it mean if the dome, did this, or what would it? How would the sun work with the dome? You come up with that hypothesis, the best hypothesis you can. Then you try and find evidence that it's wrong. And if you can't find evidence it's wrong, that hypothesis then holds until you come up with a better one. I've not seen your hypothesis other than saying, "Oh, globe's busted. There's a dome." So yeah, I see we've got Nimrod's Swedish krona super sticker is sex dance. Thank you, Nimrod. And then we got Reghliptic for 20 Swedish krona. Have some Icelandic Swedish krona. Thank you, Reghliptic. Very nice. Does it go well with meatballs? I love Swedish meatballs. I've been to Sweden and I very, very much enjoyed it as a country. Very nice. We had several friends who were Swedes, and before we went to Sweden, I said, "So how come there's so many good-looking? Why do we see so many good-looking Swedish women?" He said, "Well, there are ugly ones as well, but we don't let them out the country." I wonder what's happened to him. Nice guy. Oh, let's have a look at this. Right, Alberta Agorist Odyssey. Alberta, you had a message held. Personally, I wouldn't have held it. Okay, so I'll read it out. Moron sheeple. Listen, mods, please be careful. He's having a pop at us, but there's no gratuitous. What's the word? There's no gratuitous foul language there. There's no hate speech there. So a post like that should be allowed, okay? So, Alberta, on behalf of my mod, I apologise, okay? That post should have gone through. What's happening here? WPL, we could shoot to moon and back before supposed moon landings. You fail. Shoot what? Lasers? Or radio waves. Yeah, you could do that before. It's a lot better now we got reflectors on there, but it would work before. It's more accurate now. No flag found on the moon. Well, who do you think would have put a flag on the moon before they went? The flag they put on the moon is still there. You can't see that from orbit, but from orbit of one of the probes, you can see all the tracks and the equipment that is on the moon today. And in fact, someone, I forget who, did a video where they showed the images from that orbiting probe showing the landing sites. Then, this is really clever, they showed shot from one of the lunar landers when it was reascending back to orbit to return, ready for the trip home. They showed the film pointing downwards as it took off. So you got images of what the site looked like, where all the trails were from all the exploration. And guess what? It matched. We went to the moon, pal. Right. Mods, I'll say it again, please be careful. Please be careful. Okay? Please be careful in what you're hiding. As I said, hate speech gets hidden. Okay? Gratuitous swearing gets hidden. Disagreement does not get hidden. Okay? Please. And I don't mind it being a bit, being called idiots and stuff like that. That's fine. I have no problem with that. I do want this to be open to them. Okay? Thank you. Right. Yeah. Okay. Listen. I don't want to have a go at mods because I tell you, if you haven't been one, being a mod is actually very difficult. It is, because you're trying to protect the channel that you're a mod for. You're trying to keep things fair, and yeah, hold on. Right. Okay. Someone will get an email a bit later with an explanation. All right. So please don't take anything to heart. I'll give an explanation and then we'll review the situation. An email or a message or whatever. Can't explain more right now. 1 second. Okay, they got it. Right, moving on. Oh, Just Ivy. Just Ivy, hello. No hate spinach. Oh dear. Hey, if you've not met Just Ivy did a video a couple of days ago. And wow, I don't know how much, but talk about copyright, Ivy. You used a huge chunk of my video, didn't you? But you did ask. And that's absolutely fine. I did enjoy that. Ivy had a premiere out. Was it yesterday, Ivy, or the day before? Not sure. Yeah, had a video out. So worth a look. Worth a look. Ivy. Well, check her channel out and see what you think. Gagarin deserves a worthy mention too. Yeah, do you know one thing I think was nice was, of course, Gagarin did a tour, and he went to the States, didn't he? Didn't he get ticker tape parade? And quite right too. No matter what at the time you think or thought of the USSR, he was a bloody heroic man. He did something no one had done before. He did not know if he would come back alive or come back rather dead. Now that would have been a chance for the Americans to rip them a new one, to deny that they're deadly foes. We were talking about Cold War foes, to deny that they got up to space first, but they couldn't because they had got up there. And the same the other way round. When the Americans went to the moon, the Russians could have called them out, or the Chinese could have shown evidence that they didn't. Only they didn't, because it was undeniable. I mean, the moon mission was tracked, for instance, by Jodrell Bank in the UK, and the US actually had help from them. The Russians had help from Jodrell Bank with their, was it the probe to Venus? I think it was a probe to Venus, one of the first Venera probes, may not have been, and used Jodrell Bank, although I think they did a bit of a dirty and they published the pictures in the newspapers in the UK before the Russians managed to publish them. But yeah, that would have been an opportunity to call out the other side, show them up for being evil liars or whatever. But they didn't, and they couldn't, because they knew that it could be shown that they did. Oh, Mr. 42. You also took a chunk of my video. Should you be worried? Well, I've seen what you've done with it, and I'm okay with you using that chunk of my video, Mr. 42. But as I said, I'm not happy with you stealing my bridge. You're using my bridge altogether too often in your videos. You'll have to try and find this one next, won't you? I have many, many backgrounds. Backgrounds of many styles. So where are we now? Have we still got WPL talking tripe? Many Russian cosmonauts, yes. Yeah, well, yeah, funny you should say that about Jodrell Bank not picking up the Vogon constructor fleet snap case. It was a pity, wasn't it? Because it was exactly what they'd been looking for all those many years. Very sad. We all want a bite of your video. Yes, well, oh, what's this? Oh, I was just reading a super chat. Sorry, not a super chat. A message. Oh, it's Streamlabs again. Oh, Tom. As Gleb Mom says, how sad for you. You deny the amazing universe we live in, the amazing world we live on, because you're too fixated on its shape. That's true. It's like the people who are religious, okay, and are flat earthers, saying that God made this flat earth and a dome or whatever. Okay, if that was the case, wow, what a creation. However, isn't what the other side claim even more amazing? Sort of billions and billions of light years worth of universe, hundreds of billions of galaxies, each galaxy with hundreds of millions of stars. Of those, however hundreds of thousands have planets, and of those, how many hundreds have planets that are suitable for life, and of those, how many have got life on? It's amazing. It's humongous. It's stunning. And even if we had a library with all the universe in it, you could never know it all. It's too big for us. But apparently God can't make that. He can make a pizza with a bowl over the top of it. That's not impressive. Not impressive at all. Not at all. At all, to be sure. If communist Russia admitted all the space accomplishments NASA did, safe to say it's valid. Absolutely right, Kurbitize. Yeah, definitely right. Because what a win that would have been. Hey, Americans, your country has conned you. They're not really in space. Look, you can tell that's CGI. We've analysed it. Here's the evidence. No, the Russians must have been spitting teeth when Apollo went up, just as the Americans must have been spitting teeth when Yuri Gagarin orbited the Earth. And actually when Sputnik went up, when they sent up that dog Laika. So those were perfect opportunities to beat the other side without spending money. Each side, they were crippling themselves financially to try and win. It was worth it for the prestige. So if you could say, oh, you're boasting about doing that, but actually you didn't do it, did you? We've got proof you haven't done it. They could have absolutely slaughtered the other side, embarrassed them in front of all their people, denied them the opportunity to boast to their people. This is going back, for the Americans and for the Russians, to boast to their people how wonderful their scientists are, how brave their astronauts are, because it's all a con. But they couldn't do that because it's true. And if the Americans had called out the Russians, or the Russians had called out the Americans, other countries could have said, no, actually, he did do that, or they did do that. Look, there you go, here's the evidence. So that's why they wouldn't even lie about the other side lying, because they get caught out on that. And I've got a super sticker. Do you know what? I wonder if I can... My problem is size, which is just what Mrs. S says all the time. Sven Burlens, super chat €3 with a... Oh, it's a cat. Hold on, I'm going to get close to the screen a minute. I can't read what the cat is saying. It's too small for my poor old eyes. But thank you for the super chat, Sven. And Jezza the Master Reviewer, super chat £4.99. Let me just maximise it. Cuts the text off, unfortunately. There's a video on another channel I'm a patron of. You're a patron of someone else? Jezza, really? And as long as it's not a flat earther, and as long especially as it's not Mr. Nathan flipping Oakley. There's a video on another channel I'm a patron of which shows the Soviet reaction to the moon landings, which further debunks the hoax theory. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind, Jezza. Maybe you can pass on a link to that. Because, it smashes it, doesn't it? I assume that they were I guess that they were impressed, embarrassed, spitting teeth that it wasn't them first. Apparently the pinnacle of creation is a flat earther. Yeah, being flat's not much of a pinnacle, is it, Turtle? The Bible quite clearly documents God changing and getting upset many times, so not omniscient. Oh, Sticker says, how's it going? Thanks, Globe Mom. Actually, I got new glasses on order. Yeah, at last. It was quite good timing, really. I woke up about, I suppose it was about a week ago, picked up my glasses, went to put them on my head, and one arm was sort of busted. The metal had come out and through the plastic, and the plastic sealed itself up. So you had the internals of the arm outside, and I could not work out how it came out. So I was thinking, so I managed to lash them up just to make do, and I thought, right, I've got to book an appointment. And then I got a text from my optician say, hey, you're due an appointment. Brilliant. So I thought, well, if I go and book it, it's going to be a couple of weeks off. They said, we got slots this afternoon if you want. Yeah, all right. And so I'm done, dusted, glasses ordered. So I have to wait for them to arrive. They're very similar to these ones. And once again, oh gosh, WPL, where's that picture? What picture has WPL got? What picture has he got? You guys are seriously going to deny there's a scuba diver reflected in a helmet visor? Wow. I'll tell you what, WPL, if you have a look at the underwater shots of the astronauts training, because yes, they train in very deep tanks, because it's the closest, well, they can give it neutral buoyancy, so that although they're still an up and down, which there isn't in space, they're floating and not stood on stuff. But if you have a look at their helmets, their heads, because of the refraction of the water and the visor, their heads look like little pinheads. Then if you look at shots in space, where you're not getting refraction from a medium other than the actual visor itself, their faces look normal size and shape. They are not underwater. So yeah, I'd like to see this visor shot, which that's interesting, because that picture I've got of Buzz on the moon is called visor shot. And actually I had a little plaque made up which went on the mounted picture. It was actually plaque number 2. This will show you that I can be a bit of a perfectionist about things. The company sent me this plaque, and I wasn't quite happy with it because they'd forgotten I had a pin line drawn around the edge, and it was slightly out of shape. You probably can't see it, but there. Oh, let's see if we can get this up. I don't know if you can read that. Let me read it first. Visor shot, Apollo 11. Image of astronaut Buzz Aldrin taken by Apollo 11 commander Neil A. Armstrong, July 21st, 1969. Tranquility Base, Mare Tranquillitatis Luna. Autographed by astronaut Buzz Aldrin. And I've got the Apollo launch and lunar landing date and times. Original 1969 official NASA print 69-HC-684. So you can look up that photo. I have an original print. One or two people said, oh, you spent all that much for a copy. It's not a copy any more than any other photograph is a copy. It was a print from the original negative, and it was made in 1969 and has been kept safe all those years until Buzz Aldrin got his sticky mitts on it and went and scribbled on it, scribbled an autograph on it and sent it to me. So yeah, I'm going to seriously deny this scuba diver thing. But do feel free to send it me. I'll tell you what, WPL, if you don't want to come on it, that's fine. But come onto my Discord and send me a DM with a link to that photograph. Okay? And let's see if you're correct or not. That'll be interesting. Control and scroll. No, I was going to tell you to do something else. People don't fall for it nowadays, but I have had people fall for it in the past. Well, you've got a problem, press Alt F4 and it closes the window down, of course. TomTom, stop spreading lies. Oh, TomTom, what are you saying now? TomTom. Hiroshima and Nagasaki were firebombed, were they? Well, all that film of from the Enola Gay would tend to disagree with you, TomTom. The total flattening of all the buildings in Greater Nagasaki and Greater Hiroshima, whatever it's called, would tend to disagree with you. Firebombs would tend to burn buildings out. You'd get an awful lot of upright walls and so on. What you wouldn't get is total flatness. with only one or two tougher buildings standing. So I think history disagrees with you. Don't be a denier. In space, no one can hear you flurf. Well, that's right. The Tsar bomber, yeah, that's a massive bomb, but that would just leave a massive crater. I mean, it's nothing like the atom bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I'd like to see how you'd explain the shadows cast of people before they were vaporised, cast onto stone and concrete. You're not going to get that with a firebomb, Tom. But I suppose you haven't looked into it enough to even know that those sort of things exist. And even if you think America, Britain, whatever, have told us these lies, I think that the people of Hiroshima, Nagasaki and general Japan would tend to disagree with you. And the fact that they then almost immediately capitulated because they knew of what the horror was of a nuclear weapon, Japan would disagree with you. That's an obnoxious thing to say, Tom. Argue your flat earth, argue your idiocy, but don't deny that which caused the deaths of tens of thousands. It shortened the war, saved many others, but it did kill tens of thousands of innocent people. That's despicable, Tom. Don't do that. Don't go down that road, pal. Oh, Chris Durham, need to pick up some stuff for dinner. Great. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining us. See you soon. Oh, right, yeah. Doran Koo says the museum at Hiroshima is free. Go and research it. Go and visit and research. I wouldn't mind visiting that, Dora. I didn't know about the museum. Tsar bomber was fusion bomb. Am I getting confused? I know they did a very big nuclear bomb, Ivy. Maybe I'm getting confused with another sort of giant but conventional bomb. I don't know what I'm thinking of then. I can't think what the name is. Yeah. Airburst atomic explosion. Yeah, because what was it? Was it Fat Boy? Was one called Fat Boy? I forgot what the other weapon was called. Yeah. Sent you. Thank you, Jez. I appreciate that. I will look at that. I appreciate that. So Tsar bomber is the biggest one ever detonated. Yeah, I'd heard of the Tsar bomber, and I knew it was the largest, but I thought it was the largest conventional. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just getting my wires crossed in some way. Moab, mother of all bombs. That's the one, Nate. That's the one I'm thinking of. Thank you. Yeah. So the Tsar bomber is that humongous nuclear weapon, whereas the Moab is just a bloody great conventional one. Yeah. Fat man and little boy. Okay, so tall boy. Yeah, you guys are right. Little boy and fat man and fat boy. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You guys know everything. Actually, that's something that me and Mrs. S have said previously to our kids. Oh yeah, we know everything. Me and Mrs. S. Ask me any question, and I'll ask some question. And I'll say, well, that's one that Mrs. S knows. I'd leave her to it. No, I appreciate it. No, you know what it's like. You got something in. I'm not an expert at anything, really. I'm very good at my job, which I can't talk about. But many things, I know many things about many things, but I don't know everything about many things, if you know what I mean. I'm very widely read and know enough to hold an interest and know certain facts about things, and then I get so far and it fails. If I was doing a video about them, of course, I would do research and top up what I knew about that particular subject. So a bit like, you know, these people like, I've forgotten his name now. I've got his face in, a polymath bloke. seems to know everything about everything. I don't know everything about everything. I know a little about everything. It seems enough to put my foot in it and actually to hold an interest. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I know jack shit of all trades. Yeah, that's probably it, Chris. Oh dear. Oh, Doug, you're a taxi driver, are you? Well, drive safe, sir. You know about Mage? I do know about Mage Multi-Tom-Tom. Thank you. Yeah, because I did research and I found someone who knew more about high altitude ballooning. Q. He taught me. I'm sure he still. Well, yeah, he knows a lot more still and has masses more skills. But I can now safely say that I know a shed load more about high altitude ballooning than I did before I did that project. That's the good thing about doing a channel like this, Tom Tom. You can learn stuff, and then I was able to tell other people about it, and other people have learnt some stuff from me, and that was one of the great pleasures on it. When people, I mean, to some people it would be obvious, the temperature gradient going down then up before it falls again. I didn't know about that. Plenty of people do, of course, but there were other people who watched that live stream of the Mage final flight, and they said, "Wow, look at the temperature. Why does it do that?" And then we were talking about it. They learnt from me and from others in the chat who already knew about it. So that's the beauty of learning, the beauty of having an interest in something and then finding out, rather than just making shit up. Like Spurs Chemo says, oh, the atmospheric pressure is the same all the way up to 50 miles. Well, climbers at the top of Everest who've died because of low atmospheric pressure and lack of oxygen would disagree with you, Spurs Chemo, but don't let me stop you from climbing Everest without oxygen. So yeah, you learn things. I knew that the top of Everest was low pressure. What I didn't know until I was researching and doing Mage, I thought, oh, let's stop the video at the height of Everest and compare the pressures. What is the pressure at Everest? Oh, it's about 33,000 pascals. I learnt that. I didn't know it before. There's nothing wrong with not knowing something if you then want to learn about it. And I would hope that other people feel. I know that most people who watch the channel are like that because they want to know things, not necessarily things that I know. Learning from other people in the chat. I'm always learning things from other people in the chat. Tusk is an insufferable smart-ass who knows everything about everything. Yes, well, everyone else got together and decided that the one thing they really didn't like was a smart-ass. That was Hitchhiker's Guide, wasn't it? Talking about those scientists who invented the improbability drive, or the what was it? The plugging in the Bambleweenie, whatever it was, computer into a nice Brownian motion generator, like a nice hot cup of tea, and making the hostess's underwear leap 3 feet to the right. Yeah. Kurbitize his is nobody on a flat Earth. No, there isn't. And we know that because we've got such things as cats. And if there was a flat Earth by now, cats would have pushed everything off of the edge. Is this live? One can handle... No one can... What was it? Handle the dodo. Here's Mr. Sensible the balls to invite me on. What, Pete Shea? I know your name, Pete. Would you like to come on and have a chat? It is live, yes. So I've got the balls to invite you on. There you go. All you got to do, Pete. What is the time? 9 foot. We're okay for time. There's a link to my Discord in the description below. Jump onto my Discord. Once there, look out for a room called Live Waiting Room. There are quite a few people in there. Hi guys, I do see you in there. But right now, I must admit, having not live streamed for a while, I'm on a bit of a mouth roll. And now we've got Pete Shea. So I welcome people to come in, Pete. So if you want to come on and have a chat, we can have a respectful chat. I don't know your background. All I know is I've heard the name. I don't know anything else about you, pal. Okay, I'll keep me an eye out, see if you come in there. I don't know if your Discord name will be the same, though. So if you come on and I don't realise it's you, drop a message. Most definitely. Okay. Ooh. So who's Pete then? Perhaps someone can tell me. What do we know about Pete Shea? Nice, you'll do that. Okay. No need to caps lock. No need to shout, Pete. We can see you there. Start recording. Says Timberbox. I thought, all right. What we're talking about is on the stream, isn't it? Gary Y. Benga. We got all the boys in tonight, haven't we? WPL, Multi Tom Time, and Gary Y. Benga. Pete Shea's a flat Earth legend. Okay, all right, Tom Tom. So I'm honestly coming from a position that, other than having heard the name, I know nothing of him. Whether he is sort of like a biblical flat earther, a T-shirt. Oh, he's unusual, says Barry on. Tuss says you're a silly old fool, Pete. Demon Orb just says no. This will be interesting. And obviously I am totally unprepared, because firstly, I didn't know I was going to get a flat earther on here, and secondly, I have not seen any of Pete's stuff, if he's got videos or heard him debate or anything like that. A Fliff legend. Oh, wow. I'm looking forward to this. Come on, Pete. Oh, it's... Pete, if you're in there, can you just drop a message on the chat? Because I don't know which person you are. I recognise most names, but there's at least one name in there I don't recognise. I don't know if it's you. I don't want to just drag them straight onto live if it's not you. Oh, come on, guys. Do we need to hide under our beds? You're scaring me now. Am I going to say, well, Pete, the Earth's a globe, and he's going to smash me and prove it's flat? TGK2 doesn't know the name. He's still not there. That's okay. I'll give him a chance. He's got to sort out. I'm looking forward to a chat now. Legend in a bad way. Oh dear, says Doronku. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, Green Dragon. Oh man. Well, we don't have time. We haven't prepared. Excuse me for a full debate, but we'll have a bit of a chat and maybe a batter of each other, and then maybe we can actually arrange a debate. I'd like that. Then he can prepare, I can prepare. Pete doesn't know how to get in. Well, we did see you have lots of personal questions. Okay, Pete. Well, I don't mind questions being asked. Depends on what the personal question is about me as to whether it's something I can answer, okay? If you're trying... Oh no, Pete Shea, we're all in for it now. Oh, Gary. Oh, Pete Shea says Pete Shea is always respectful. Well, that's cool. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. Pete, if you can't get in tonight, I think I'll just double check. My email address should be... Yeah, my email address is in the description. So you can always email me and we can actually pre-arrange and make sure it all works. Arrange a chat or a debate for some other time. But if you can get in now, I don't mind chatting for a few minutes. How is it then? I know the name. I've heard of Pete Shea, but never seen his channel, never heard him, never seen him. How can that be? I thought I'd pretty much seen all sort of flat earth side. I wonder if he took Simon Dan's physics test. Didn't that only just go out today? Am I going to need a beer? Am I going to need a beer, guys? What do you reckon? Oh no, Tusk. He's not of the... Oh dear. I've forgotten his name now. What's that guy? Oh. Who's that flat earther? because he hasn't put anything out for ages yet. Oh, I don't think it's Pete of Peter and Pete, is it? Dave Murphy, thanks, Gerard. I tell you what, you guys are. This is proof of Sigh. You're telepathically finishing my. Thank you. Oh, Pete Shea's banned everywhere apart from Jose. Allegedly, Dave. Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. Grab a beer. Pete Shea's here. Okay, I'll grab a beer. I'll leave you in Arnold's capables. That's not bad, is it? Having a fridge in the studio and a wall-mounted bottle opener. Pete is the one with... Is it Pete from Peter and Pete? Really? Is it really, really, really? Is that the case? Is it Pete from Peter and Pete? In which case, obviously, I've seen some Peter and Pete when they were doing Flat Earth stuff. Now they're doing chemical rubbish. I'm not so interested in that. I wish they'd go back to Flat Earth. I like a good laugh. Beer might not be enough. Pete is more entertaining than Gary. Admiral's got the popcorn in. Nice one, Admiral. So can anyone confirm? Because I honestly do not know. Is Pete Shea Pete from Peter and Pete? Yes, no, I don't know. Martin H used to have a life. Pete and repeat. That's clever, that. It's not Pete from P&P. Pete Shea. It's somebody else, says Tusk. Okay. Come on, Pete. Can you get in? Heat Shield's got beer. Right, well, what have you got tonight then, Heat Shield? I am drinking Old Speckled Hen. Another one of my... I tell you what, I drink so little. You've seen me drink a couple of... I only tend to drink on stream. So that shows you how much I drink, because normally I don't even drink on stream. I got four of these sort of, what do you call them, artisan beers. The neighbour gave me for my birthday, which was a month ago. And in a month, I'm on number 3. That shows my level of drinking. What's this? Pete's having trouble. Discord. Add me as a friend. Well, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how I'd do that. Friend. Oh, add. There we go. SHEA. Shay. Yeah. Oh, move that out of the way. We need Pete Shea's 4-digit tag so we know which one they are. There you go. I can't add you. Unless are you on my Discord now at all? Come on. Why can't... Let's have a quick look. I'll try and get you on it if you're in there. Oh, I have a Pete on there, but it doesn't say Pete Shea. Oh, Je suis Dodo. Is that you? Is that you, Je suis Dodo? Come on. Cheers, Greg. I hope I said that right. Is that you? Again, I don't want to... If so, you're on my Discord. You should just be able to jump in. You got text channels and voice channels, and in there you got live waiting rooms. So all you got to do is click on the live waiting room and go in there. Come on. Proper job. Mason Particle, you're from Cornwall, boy. Okay, you think that's you. So let's try and do that then. See if... got to find it on the list again now. Right. Hold on, if I send you a message, just reply to that message and see if that's you. Did you get a Discord message? Oh, that's it. Yes, okay. Right, so I'll try and add you then as a friend. Oh, come on. Friends. Where's my friends at? What's going on here? Members. I had that just a minute ago. I can't see the thing about adding friends again now. Oh, this is annoying, isn't it? Well, look, Pete, can you see the live waiting room? Having technical flurf trouble. Well, and it's because I'm dealing with a flurf. No, I just cannot see. I had it just a minute ago, where the stuff is about adding a friend. Because I'll get... Oh. Is it from there? Yeah, invite people. Where's add friend? It's not on there. Top of the list, scroll all the way up for friends. Top of what list? Which list? Home. Ah, right, thank you. No, it says we need just Sweet Dodo's 4-digit tag so we know which one they are. That's weird. I wonder if I can drag you straight into... No, I'm not going to be able to drag you. Look, you're on my server, so all you need to do is down the left-hand side where you've got a list of the channels on the server, just click on Live Waiting Room, and you should be in, Pete. Is it apparent or geometric? Well, one's apparent and the other's geometric because there's the arena and the live waiting room. Mason Particle, see some of your hero debunkers from Twitter. Ooh, who's that then? Pete, can you just click on live waiting room? It literally should be all you need to do. You are on the server. It says that you are... What did? Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, you are on the server. So, oh, did you just appear? Other people are appearing, but not you. Click on that live waiting room. Come on, I want to talk to you. Oh, that would be a shame if you can't get on there. I just thought of something else. Will that tell me? No. I can't see what your 4-digit number is. I've seen people have 4-digit numbers, but no one listed there has a 4-digit number, so I don't know how I find out your 4-digit number. So I can't add you as a friend. So... Oh, you've messaged me. What are you saying? See, it's confusing. Yeah, I know it's you. Oh, you sent me one. Okay, I've sent you a friend request. There we go. Sorry, you sent me a friend request. I've accepted it. So, can you now jump onto my live waiting room? You don't need to do anything else. Oh, right, thank you, 42. Where did you find his number from? Oh, don't worry, he invited me as a friend. I've accepted. So all we've got to do... Well, the thing is, I don't think you need to be a friend anyway to get onto this. Shut up, Purple. Says finish signing up, but I have an account already. Well, you're on the server. You are on the server. So you must be, well, I'm assuming you can see all the rooms down the left-hand side. So just look at the voice channels, click on it. Okay, well, Pete, what are you saying about the email password? That's always wise, but just to let you know, I don't see people's email addresses or passwords. That would be a Discord thing, not me, okay? I don't get to see any of that. And actually, Pete, I don't like to say this, but Multi Tom Tom managed to get on when he came on. So did Gary Wybenga, didn't you, Gary? So there should be no reason you can't get on there. None at all. None at all. So it'd be good if you could. Martin says, oh, how nice. Now we're friends. But either way, Pete, if you drop me an email at some point, we can actually arrange, make sure we can get you onto Discord and we can have a debate. Or we can have a debate on someone else's channel. Agree to disagree or somewhere else. I don't know who else is doing debates right now. Right, all right, Jizzo, thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate that. Chris2273, what's it up to now if he agrees? I assume you're talking about Level Up Observer. Well, last time I added up, it's £1,400, but there's been a couple of others. I mean, if he does, what I'll have to do it as is there's the guaranteed 100, and obviously it'll be publicised it's going ahead, and I will ask those who pledged to please honour their pledges if they're still financially able to, and we'll see what we get. I can't go through. I'm not going to collect everyone's money myself. It will be a case of them making their relevant donation directly to the registered charity, if it comes to it. We haven't got him in there. We haven't got him in. They don't like it up them, Captain Mannering. They don't like it up them. We've got someone else sat in the arena with a different name. Never mind. Let's not bicker about who killed who. Did I just see STS? Is STS? Oh, STST does debates. Okay, thanks, Admiral. Oh, it's not working under the browser. I know little of such things. I joined Discord. I think I did one video and someone said, oh, you need Discord. I said, do I? What's one of them? And I set up the channel, not knowing anything. Set up the Discord, not knowing anything. And it got swamped with not safe for work stuff. And he is in the server. Yeah, I know he's on the server, so I don't understand why he can't just click on the live waiting room and he should be in. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, I knew nothing. So it got swamped with not safe for work. I didn't know what all these things were because it is quite confusing, all these different servers and things. So I'm not knocking you for that, actually, Pete. I'm really not. I've got used to it and I use it to a minimal level. Discord not working on your browser, says Adam L. Need an actual application. Okay, I can't remember how you do it. I mean, I've got Discord installed on my machine. Well, it's easy to use, Purple, but once you grasp what it's doing, but otherwise, everything seems all over the place. I mean, I think it's very clever. I really do. It's very useful. Hello, Colon. Colon been lurking. He's blocked by another person in the live waiting room. Tell Pete to go into the arena. Ah, okay. Is it a numbers game? So, Pete, try that. Try clicking on the arena. I'll see, because I can pull you onto the live from there if need be. The arena. Oh, hold on. It changed, but yes, you're in there. Okay, Pete, I'll give you a 30-second warning. Okay, I'll drag you in. Hopefully, you've got a microphone of some sorts and headphones or earbuds or something. Otherwise, we'll get dreadful feedback and hear everything twice. Okay, so yep, I can see you there. I'll give myself a thumbs up. When I see the thumbs up appear on the screen, I'll drag you in. Okay, so you've got a bit of warning. Come on, Mr. Sensible. Mr. Sensible, waiting for that thumbs up. I can't hang about anymore. That's enough warning. I'm going to bring you in. Okay. And yeah, the thumbs up just... Oh, come on. Oh no! It won't let me drag you in. What's going on here? Right, I'm just going to test with Mr. 42. No, it's not letting me drag anyone in. What's going on here? Let me just try someone else. Oh, is it this window's open or something? Let me... I've got too many windows open. Many windows. Am I not properly in here? There's me. Yes, hello. Is that you, Pete? Hey, at last. Good evening, welcome, and thank you very much for coming on. Okay, let me just check your sound levels. Can you just say something else? Oh, right. I didn't have your sound switched on. Try again.
Well, maybe you're a dodo for that. Just sweet dodo.
Okay, I think I got you in there. Got the sound working. We done tech. We done tech.
Excellent.
Cool.
And listen, my fault because okay, I got confused, which is fair enough. If you're not familiar with anything, it takes a little bit of time. Actually, for everything, right, Mr. Sense?
Yeah. Honestly, I was just saying just a minute ago when I first got Discord, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I should have asked Adam, Level Earth Observer, but he said he's not entirely exactly sure what's going on. So, you want to... I know you guys can't hear him for a few seconds. I'm sure you can hear him now, though, can't you? What are you doing? That sounds like you're sawing wood.
Well, I was just preparing to put on, because you're on video, I'm going to put on my video as well, and just sort of wiping the top of the screen, because I usually, I'm not paranoid or anything. I'm a flat earther, and I'm not paranoid.
Right. Well, right now, your I mean, I'd be able to see you, but you are voice only on the channel. I won't put you on. Hello,
Okay.
Pete. I can see.
You're welcome to put me on if you want, but it's up to yourself. I don't mind.
Okay. Well, let me see, because I have got.
Yeah, do of course.
Let's
Do,
see.
of course.
I'll have to do a bit of.
Nice to see you, man. We still look sort of similar, except I have a good tan,
And I'm better looking.
well,
Right.
that's all the ladies who are following me.
Yeah.
That's not true, by the way.
I'm not really sure of the
Cheers,
best.
by the way. I'm drinking Carling here, and what did you say you were drinking?
Well, we got old speckled hen.
Old Speckled Hen.
Yeah.
Fucking now, I lived for a while in England, and isn't that a sort of a well, don't tell me what that is now.
Okay,
Is that,
I won't.
That's not a cider, is it?
No.
No, it's a beer.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
an English pale ale.
Pale ale, yeah.
Pale ale.
I remember that. I lived in Reading, and you have quite a few of these old sort of ale houses, and that's where I recognize the name
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen.
Nice one, man.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Well, Pete,
Cheers.
I'm not going to muck around trying to get you on screen right now because I might
okay.
end up mucking it up. Okay, and I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
don't worry about that.
Okay. So, but you wanted to talk, and you said you had some personal questions to ask. Like I said, I don't mind people asking questions, but I hope you respect that some personal questions I just won't be able to or won't want to answer. But go ahead.
No, I didn't have personal
Oh, wasn't
questions
it?
for you.
Oh, was it someone
I was
else?
saying, no, I was saying that, and that was my own confusion as well. That you were asking the date of birth, and then I thought they were asking for my email password
Ah,
as well, but it was just the Discord password I used. So
yeah.
I got confused.
Okay. No
But this
worries.
is
No
my
worries.
account now, so. No, I
So,
have no personal questions, except one maybe.
okay.
You're not a tranny. You're not a tranny, are you? Because there's trannies everywhere.
Why would you ask? Seriously, why would you ask something like that? Okay.
Well, that's a joke.
Oh,
That's a
is
joke.
it? Okay. I hope it is because right. Okay. I'll take it as that. Okay. But so,
It is. That's a joke. Come on.
yeah, no, I'm saying I'll take it as that. But I want to ask you then, why is it that so many on the flat Earth side will have a hang up either about people who are gay, transsexual, or whatever? Why is that?
Come on. That's not. What do you mean the flat Earth side? I
Well,
have no hang-ups about anything like this.
no, okay,
I
you
hang
don't.
up on
Okay, right. I'm being honest. I'm not accusing you of that at all. Okay, I'm not. Okay, but since the subject came up, I'm just asking you because there is an awful lot on the flat Earth side who do have hang-ups and that, and throw accusations of someone, some sort of accusation of someone being a transsexual or a homosexual or a pedophile, that is something that gets flung around quite a lot.
Guess that gets flung around in real life as well. But if you have a specific case in mind, which I do myself, Patricia Steer and Antonio Subrat's a perfect example. Right, the two leaders, almost leaders of the flat Earth movement, and suddenly this happy romantic affair turns to disaster when one starts to accuse the other of being a transsexual or transgender. I don't care what your own preference is. I love my fellow man. But if there's deception involved, if you're going to tell me, not you, but if someone's going to tell me I'm this when I can plainly see that you're not, you're that, well, then there's a problem, because that involves a deception. Any relationship which begins on deception, well, is destined where, we know that. I think we'll all agree on that.
Okay,
So,
well,
in terms
yeah,
of other flat earthers,
I'll
I could
agree.
say,
I'll agree that deception is bad. As for those two individuals, I think perhaps we should steer clear of actually talking about two individuals who aren't here, either of them, to defend themselves. Can we talk sort of the flat Earth side?
That's not. Hang on, Mr. Sensible.
Yeah.
That's not like gossip or anything like that. That's the official history. There was this relationship going.
No. I know there was a
If you want to ask
relationship.
me-
I know there was a relationship. I know there was a falling out, and I, like you, perhaps know some of, or maybe a lot of what went on behind the scenes, but many people out here don't, and I don't think it's anyone. It's not my business,
I'm
really.
sure everybody knows what went on in your chat.
Well,
Everyone.
So let's talk flat Earth then, Pete.
Okay.
What's your background? What's your sort of reason for that belief, and what exactly are your beliefs?
Can you hear me okay at the window here? I'm just having a cigarette.
I can hear you actually. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm here in Ireland. Beautiful, beautiful day. The 25th of June is, first of all, a very special day. It's exactly half a year after the 25th of December, where the sun is born, right? The Son of Man is born. The sun comes back in the northern hemisphere point of view into our reckoning, and the summer cometh.
Well,
But
can I ask you then? Are you a flat earther based on your religious beliefs?
it's on. How do you know I have any religious?
No, I'm not. I'm not making an assumption. I'm asking you. Are you a flat earther because of some religious beliefs that you may hold? Maybe you hold
How do you know I'm
none.
a flat earther? How do you know I'm a flat earther?
All right. I have asked you to explain your position. What is your position on flat versus globe Earth? And I'll leave it to
If
you
you were to
to.
narrow me down, whittle me down to a brief, the most brief possible synopsis of what Earth is, I would say it's a spinning ball.
Okay. Spinning ball. Okay. So, and does that spinning ball orbit the sun, or does the sun orbit the spinning ball?
Therein lies the issue. I define Earth differently than what you do. On the surface of Earth, the flat and stationary surface of Earth, if we were all to point in a vertical direction from our standing position, then we're all pointing in the same direction.
Hold on. Apparently, you're quite quiet, so I'm turning up your volume.
Okay.
Carry on.
I'm a little bit away as well. Sort of half in at the window, but that's okay. So yeah, Earth, right, was to point in a vertical direction from their standing position, then we'd all be pointing in the same direction.
But I thought you said you. I'm not trying to straw man you, but didn't you just say you believe that or accept that the Earth
Right.
is a globe?
Yes, I did. So, but it comes back to what we say Earth is. We live on the surface of Earth, right? The stump surface of Earth. What's going on beneath us is a different matter.
Yeah, but okay.
They say the tree of life is intact beneath us, and then it creates its own barrier or boundary between Earth and the waters beyond.
Right,
So
but
it's that's
if
what
we're
it
if
is.
we're
Something is moving.
if
Something
you've
is moving.
accepted
Yes.
if you've accepted it's a globe and we're on the surface of that globe, then people on one face of that globe, like the UK, they're going to be their heads are going to be pointing in the opposite direction from people on the opposite side of the globe, Australia, New Zealand, that sort of area.
Right. But
So-
what I said to you is, I don't say Earth or the globe is what you say it is. I say it's something different. So this is the rub of matters, isn't it? As a flat earther, we're living on. Did you know, Mr. Sensible, that since the beginning of scientific endeavor, that it's always been assumed that the ground we're on, something moves, but it's always been assumed the ground moves. Never been proven. And then when you follow it to fruition, then you get the universe that's given us. But
Well, you
if
said
Earth
that
we're
the ground
standing on doesn't move,
I presume you've heard of Mr. Bob Nodell, haven't you?
yes, of course I have.
Yeah. And you heard about his experiment with a ring laser gyroscope then?
So hang on. In the history of science, you're saying that the burden lays on Bob Nodell's shoulders to prove that the Earth is moving?
Not a burden. I'm saying he decided to use a ring laser gyroscope in order to try and show that the Earth is stationary. Unfortunately, when he switched it on, he got a reading, a drift as he called it, of 15 degrees per hour. Thanks, Bob. Which matches perfectly what we would expect, because that's the speed that the sun appears to cross the sky, because that's the speed we're rotating, 15 degrees per hour, 360 in about 24 hours. So
Okay,
thanks, Bob.
something is moving, Mr. Sensible. Something is moving, and as you say, the sun appears to rotate across the sky. So have you decided that the Earth is moving as opposed to the sun moving? How have you done that? If you're going to say that in the history of science, Bob Nodell is the first one to do it,
No, he isn't.
Ramshackle affair. Come on.
He is or was a major flat earther, and he
He's
intended.
an actor. He's an agent. He's Bob Nodell is an agent.
Hold on,
Works
let
at
me
Denver
finish.
Airport.
Let me finish. He wanted to show that the Earth was stationary, but he got the readings that he was not expecting, but the rest of us were, i.e. the Earth is rotating. He's not the first person to measure it, but he is a big flat earther who measured
So
it.
what did he do? Tell me what he did with the ring laser gyroscope.
What do you mean, what did he do?
Did he point it at the Earth?
No, you don't have to
also,
point
oh,
it.
there's a 15-degree deviation from this reading. My laser gun pointing. And what did he do?
No, a ring laser gyroscope is self-contained. The laser travels in two directions within and around the ring laser gyroscope, and then meets up again. Due to the movement of the Earth, the light waves are slightly compressed on one path or expanded on the other path. They have to. It has to travel further. So when the split laser meets up again, it's slightly out of sync. That is what is measured. It doesn't have to see anything. It doesn't be put. You could put it on your desk. If you sat it on your desk, it would read 15 degrees per hour. If you put it on the floor, it would read 15 degrees per hour.
You have the outcome decided before, as you noticed, as you intentionally said it, due to the movement of the Earth. You have the outcome decided before you've done the experiment with this piece of man-made sort of technology or equipment.
No.
Now, have you ever experienced the Earth move?
Listen, Bob did this. That's the beauty of it. It's not
Bob?
me. No, hold on. It's not me. It's not.
Bob doesn't
It's not
represent me, though.
Flat Earth. It's not NASA. It was a flat earther who did it. And
But he doesn't represent me. I know he's a fraud.
no, but I tell you what. I can guarantee you something 100%, Pete. Right? If you bought a ring laser gyroscope, put it on your desk so it's rock solid still, switched it on, an hour later it would have read a drift of 15 degrees.
Right, and I look at that and say, computer says yes. Pretty much a computer says yes that I'm moving at 700 miles an hour here in Ireland. Is that the conclusion I can come to and be happy with that?
It's
there other possibility?
Degrees per hour. It's not speed. So if you held it in your hands and rotated it like that or like that, it would be reading that rotation. So you sit it on the desk, not touching it. So why is it now reading 15 degrees per hour?
What does laser? What is a laser? What does a laser deal with? What can a laser measure?
It's a beam of light. Light travels in light waves.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. First of all, that's another assumption.
Well, they're measuring the waves. So anyway, the light gets split into two directions. Now, if it was those two paths are physically the same length. When it meets up again, the waves should match up again. Now, if the gyroscope is moving, then as it's moving, that one beam of light has to travel slightly further than the other. And so when they recombine, they no longer match up. And by measuring how far they are unmatched, that gives you your rotation.
Okay, thank you. So in this small contraption, whatever size it is, you have a measurement of light and how it degrades in a certain fashion due to whatever reason, whether
Yeah,
it's the Earth moving, whether
not
it's something. Hang on,
degrees.
please, Mr. Sensible. Let me say this, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Now, according to your own understanding, light moves at 186,000 miles per second. So within that instrument, there has to be the capabilities of measuring such minute variations. According to what you don't know, you've already decided it's the Earth moving. But if you don't say that the Earth is moving, we know something is moving. Right? So what is this actually measuring? But if you're saying to me these slight deviations are capable of being, first of all, measured, show me the instrumentation that can measure that. If you work out 186,000 miles per second in terms, I'm going to equate it to a distance, because remember, all distance is defined in terms of time. This is what space-time is ultimately all about. And let me tell you something that's true. Space-time, Einstein's space-time is ultimately metaphor for ether. This is gravity.
No such thing as
Force
ether.
from above. But of course, Einstein is defined or is recognized as the man who did away with ether. You know, so ultimately everything can happen. But if you can equate that sort of differential in, what would you call it, time and space regarding the measurement of the light between the lasers in this small instrument measuring this deviation
Right.
on a
It's-
minute-to-minute, hour-to-hour basis.
It's not measuring. It's not measuring the speed of the laser. I mean, the laser is split into two directions. Each one is still travelling at exactly the same speed, but because one beam is having to travel slightly longer distance because the distance has changed because you're moving it,
You give that
then it
distance?
doesn't recombine in exactly the same.
You work out that distance.
No, well, okay.
A little longer in terms of
Then you would have to
186,000
explain.
miles per second.
You would have to explain, okay, if
Can.
no, hold on. If let's just say, for the sake of argument, the Earth is not moving, okay, then those two
But
laser
Earth
beams,
is moving.
those two beams would match up again. They've travelled the same distance, going at the same speed, so they will recombine, and all the peaks and troughs would match up again. So you need an explanation of why there's a difference. But only,
Yeah, I have
but
one.
only if you move that. If you had that there on a
Yes, I have
stationary, hold on, if you had that there on a stationary Earth, and there was no movement, you'd get zero reading. If you picked it up and tilted it, you'd start getting a reading. So how is it you're getting a reading?
Okay, I'll tell you, and I have one, and I need to go to the toilet as well briefly, but I'll leave you consider this and have a little chat to your audience beforehand. Right, I have one. Lasers deal in light. Now, what light actually is a different matter, but if there's something moving, and lasers deal in light, and there's light moving, well, maybe that's what they're picking up. And ether does move. The Earth does move, but what Earth actually is, I might get into that in a second. I'll only be about 30 seconds, Mr.
Right, he's going for a Riley. I'll read out some super chats. Right, let's see what we got. Okay, just refresh. Well, this was unexpected, and maximise it. See what we got here. Right, Sven, how much for an ad fundum of beer? I don't know. That was €5. Thanks for the super chat. And second best Bob for £5. I think drink has been taken by your guest. Maybe that's why he thinks the Earth is flat. Maybe he's drinking flat beer. I don't know. He only had a Carling. Yes. Right, so I'll go back and see what you guys are saying, because I'm sorry I've not been able to keep an eye on it. Delusion and Denial. Sataloons. Oh no. Is that one of his? Jose kicked him. Well, he hasn't been rude or anything like that. He hasn't been sweary. His mentor says Mason Particle. They're coming to take him away. Haha. Says 9. Ask him, how did his foundation leaving certificate? How did he do his foundation leaving certificate maths? Sound like he didn't even write his name correctly. Yes, you get points for spelling your name right. What's Gary saying? Nothing applicable. It is Pete Shea, Gentleys. I've never met him before. He just came in the chat and said, I bet you haven't got the balls to invite me on. Well, proved him wrong there. Oh, here he is. Here's the man. We can
That's me
stop
back.
talking about him now, everyone.
How I'm used to people talking about me, man.
Well, Pete, just in general, right? If you're up for it, I'd like us to arrange a time we can have a proper debate over an agreed subject with, so much time each, present your evidence and stuff. Would you be up for that?
Well, within certain bounds. I'm in this arena for years and years, and I mean, why are you finishing up tonight?
Yes, I will be finishing up soon.
You just opened up a bottle of
I know. Yeah,
well,
it's half gone.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I'm not saying look, finish up, go now. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I don't have time for a full debate now, and I'd like to do that. But I'm happy just to have a quick chat about some of these things. Sound you out. You can sound me out.
Talk about anything and everything. The problem with me is I speak openly about everything, so it becomes dangerous. So
well, as long. Just to be clear, as long as there's no hate speech, I won't have that on my channel.
I love my fellow man.
Yeah, and again, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying what I don't allow on my channel. I don't allow hate speech. I don't allow gratuitous left, right, and centre swearing. As long as you're decent and I'm decent, and that's all fine.
No, fuck that. I don't like that gratuitous swearing either. That was a joke. So
come on, tell me. I can't work out from what you said. I can't work out from what you said. Are you a flat earther or are you a globe earther? In which case, I'm not really.
A psyop. Flat Earth is a psyop.
Okay.
Everything is true. Something moves, and that something is an integral part of Earth. We got to decide what Earth is. This is the thing.
If nothing moves, how can we see the stars travelling across the night sky?
No, I never said nothing moves. I said something moves. What's wrong with you?
Okay, so I wasn't trying to. I don't deliberately strawman people. If I made a mistake in what you said,
no,
I made a mistake.
I said something moves.
Okay,
and that something for me is an integral part of Earth. So when it says Earth is in motion, it's a part of Earth is in motion. The surface that we're on clearly doesn't move. There's no every experience of every living being on this Earth says the same thing, unless you're going to say that you have experienced Earth to move at 1,000 miles an hour, one rotation a day or whatever, and the equivalent around the sun. How can you say that? You can't say that.
I can say that.
How can you
the
defend
Earth
that?
rotates at a rate of once per day, about every 23 hours 56 minutes or whatever it is, or a bit more.
But that's what you've been told. Have you experienced Earth movement?
Yeah, because you can see how long it takes the sun to rise, travel across the sky, disappear, and then come back up again the next day.
Right, but you're automatically putting attention to the sky and what's going on above. And I said that's an integral part of the Earth. So something is moving. The ground itself, is that moving? How have you established that?
Yeah. Well, I can actually show you something quite interesting if you'll bear with me. I'm not trying to.
Yes, of course. Fire away.
Okay, let me just. Where is it? I've got to see how can I show this. Will it play? Oh, wrong one. Oh, I was going to play a whole load of clips. Sorry, all my clips were trying to play. Sorry about that.
Have you ever heard of fucking?
Getting close.
They're all going. Come on. What's happening? Right. For some reason, every single clip I've got decided to play. I only want to play. I know what I did wrong. So let me. Right, this one. This is showing. Oh, is it playing? Yes. Can you see that? That's a camera pointed at one fixed point on the sky. You can see the Earth rotating. So at face value, you could either say the stars are rotating about the Earth, or the Earth is rotating around. Just visually like that, there is actually no way to tell. But
right, so how do you tell then?
How do you tell?
So visually there's no way to tell. So how do we decide which is actually moving, Mr. Sensible?
Because
remember, I'm the sanest man I know, so you have to live up to your name here.
You're the sanest man
You're more
you know.
Sensible. I'm the sanest man I have ever met.
Okay.
I'm saying that to you not because it's any sort of great badge of honor. Just I know, It's my impressions of everything. Now, if you're Mr. Sensible, you'll have to impress me
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I want
well,
to know if you're
as I
saner
said-
than me or I'm saner than you because you're telling me something that I accepted wholeheartedly.
Right.
but I
Well,
left behind.
visually,
The Earth itself is not moving there.
visually,
it's the
you've
sky
got
that's moving.
visually you've got two reference frames. If you stare at one point in the sky, it appears as though the Earth is turning. If you are just sat on the Earth, then it appears as though the sky is turning around you. So visually, you can't tell. But
Right.
if you
How
use
do you do
something
that?
like a ring laser gyroscope, it is physically reading that the Earth is moving. Because the sky can't have an effect on the internals of a ring laser gyroscope.
Okay. Okay, accepting that. That's fair enough. Let's say I accept that provisionally.
Okay.
Before the ring laser gyroscope was discovered or invented or put together, what instrument was used to make this determination? Because it's a pretty big, would you agree, it's a pretty big determination. Can I call you something, your first name? My name is Peter Sheehan of the Sheehan family. I'm King of Era, by the way.
Hold on. Are you a sovereign citizen, free man on the land?
Well, sovereign citizen is an oxymoron, contradiction in terms.
Yeah, but
We
okay,
are
but you
all
know-
sovereign.
free
We're all
man of-
sovereign under the Creator. So you have to understand that we are.
Yeah, but
a
you
diminished
know what I
aspect
mean.
of a
You know what I
higher
mean
power.
by sovereign citizen or free man of
Yes.
on the
But
land.
why don't you change your wording?
Well, I mean, you said it's something slightly different. I accept that, but I'm using the common term. You know what I'm talking about, and I'm not doing that to get into a discussion about that. At least not tonight. But it's just the way you said I'm Pete of the so and so family, and that's typically what
I
a
stress
sovereign
that.
citizen or a free man.
No, well, first of all, your name itself, when the birth certificate is signed, is registered as a corporation. So
No,
there's
it
a
isn't.
distinction.
What?
Yes,
Because
it is.
because it's in capital letters.
No, because a contract is signed.
No, it's not a contract. How could you sign?
Yes,
how,
it is. Your
hold
parents
on.
sign a contract, man.
No,
Come on.
can I ask you? Are you a parent?
Yes, I have.
You are. Okay.
22-year-old
I'm a
son.
parent too, and I did not sign a single contract about my children.
With two parents.
I declared their name so that they were registered. That's not a contract. And also, you can't sign a contract on behalf of someone else anyway. Well, not
Right,
unless it's on
because it's all
behalf of a.
fraud.
Sorry.
Yeah, because it's all fraud. Now, do you know that? I'm sure you looked into this, Dan. Have you looked into the straw man? Have you looked into that aspect of things? I don't want to get into that. Although,
Yeah.
can I call? What's your first name, then?
My first name is not mentioned on this channel. I've never mentioned my first name.
Okay.
You can call me Sensible, Mr. S.
You go by a title. I don't accept any titles.
No, it's just a YouTube name.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay.
Your
I'm
face
not
is out
being
there, and
funny.
Your name is out there as well.
I'm not being funny with you because none of the people here in the chat, my mods, members, and patrons, none of them know my real name. I don't give that out. Okay.
It's okay. Fair enough, Dan.
So I mean, you said about the straw man. So you're
Peter-
talking about things
Peter
like
of the
going to
Sheehan
court
family.
and presenting your birth certificate and saying that is the person.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the basic sort of underlying thinking behind, well, my position. And sort of, not just my position, right? It depends on where, well, ultimately everything comes back to a few questions. Who, what, where, when, why we are. Now, if you place yourself on a spinning ball, there's a few different things here involved, first of all. If you place yourself on a spinning ball and say, I'm king of this land, it's been given, authority has been given to me by the Bible, for instance, that places you in a certain position. That may well be so, an aspect of that. Let's say there was a creator and you were given authority over the land. But if you claimed authority over a land, that was a fantastical. A spinning ball is given where people in Australia right now are upside down to our relative positions here in Ireland and England.
I'm glad you
Well,
said
then You're
relative.
claiming a whole slice of nothing. It might be true, and if it was true, then maybe you have a claim on that. But if
I'll
it's
be
not
honest.
true,
I'll
then
be honest, Pete.
You're not claiming anything.
I'll be honest, Pete, and say I'm not really sure what you're talking about. I'm really not.
Well, you king. I say I'm king of Era, right? Do you know what I mean when I say I'm king of Era? Era is a term for Ireland.
Yes.
As a man,
Era
as a
is
man,
You're not
on
king.
this land, and listen, Mr. Sensible. You won't give your real name, so all I can know you by is a Mr. Sensible, which is not a proper, expression. It's a made up. It's a title, right? But as a man, and you say you have children as well. As
Yeah.
your children, I respect your children and you as the highest authority on this land, this flat and stationary land, or whatever this earth is, and that's what the king really is.
Right.
And that's
Well,
the sense I mean it in.
right. Well, the Earth isn't flat. It's demonstrably not shown. I've even
Not shown.
It is shown. Have you ever heard
Is
of
shown.
have you ever heard of a thing called? Sorry about the green screen. It won't show up very well. Ever heard of a thing called MAGE? Mission Above Globe Earth. I sent up.
Above globe Earth.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I haven't.
Okay.
Let me in. Come on. Let me in.
I sent up a weather balloon to 38.5 kilometres using a narrow angle camera. So there's no fisheye, no wide angle, a narrow angle camera, and I showed the curve of the Earth.
You did?
I have indeed.
No way.
Yes, way.
Well, that's very interesting because I've seen many high altitude balloon footage, and so much more to say about when you look at the sun. Have you looked at the sun above the interfering atmosphere? Because remember, Mr. Sensible, there's water everywhere. So when we look up, we're looking through water, which fundamentally sort of alters and shifts our perspective. But due to the power of modern technology and like videos like yourself showing things from a different perspective, a different altitude, well, when you get above the atmosphere, the sun turns out to be something not so very sensible as we appreciated it to be, a perfect sphere, a perfect circle. After all,
Actually,
Isn't that very interesting?
the sun continued to look like a perfect sphere, except that it's whiter because the atmosphere wasn't affecting it. We were above 99.7% of the atmosphere, so there was no refraction to speak of, and the sky was black because there was no backscattering of light that we see in the atmosphere. This was sort of around midday, something like that, early afternoon. The sky was pitch black, the sun was white on a background, and in fact, if you look at the icons for most of my videos, it's actually a still from from Mage. I don't think I've got Mage to hand as a clip to show you, unfortunately. But I would recommend, it'd be interesting for you to have a look at it. It's on my channel. There's a playlist called Mage, and it's a video called Mage, What Shape is the Earth? Because it's a whole series of videos, but that's the actual experimental one.
Yeah, but I can't do that now.
No,
And actually,
not
why,
now.
Why do you call your channel Mr. Sensible Live Flat or Level Earth Observer?
No,
That's funny.
No, my channel is Mr. Sensible.
Okay, so it's just the title
that's
of the
the
show
title
tonight.
of this live stream. Yeah, Mr. Sensible Live, and I was talking about a creator called Level Earth Observer.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So Mr. Sensible is my channel. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, if we're going to have a debate at some time or a chat beforehand, have a look at my Mage video. 1 second. This is Mage. Actually, let me switch off my green screen just so you can see it a bit better. 1 second. Where's the camera? Where's my camera gone?
How you doing? I feel I should say hello. Hello, Mage. How you doing?
Right, camera.
Nice to see you.
I
If you
just-
can figure out to put me on screen, feel free to do so, man. Don't mind.
Right.
Surely after all these shows, you've figured
Yeah.
out how to put a guest on video
Yes, I have,
screen.
but I'm not set up for it tonight. So this is Mage.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me go back here. In
have
here,
that.
just here was a
I have
camera.
that.
Camera's pointing this way. You've got 2 strings across here, held tight. They're on springs, so
Yeah.
that we could see the curve of the Earth measured against these straight lines. No distortion, no CGI.
Okay.
All the data and the full video footage is available to anybody, flat Earth
Okay.
or otherwise, who wants to have a look at it or wants to try and debunk it, whichever. It's all available to anybody who wants it.
Okay, well,
So I put my money where my mouth is. I did an experiment to see.
Well, let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
There's a few different considerations here. Just do it. There's a few different considerations. Have you ever placed yourself in a mental setting on a flat plane,
Right.
flat ocean of water,
Okay.
and you're looking down, you're sort of suspended over the water, and you're going to draw a picture of what you see.
Yeah.
Now, what do you draw? What do you draw? What's your best ability to represent what you perceive around?
Are you looking
You're
down or looking out
Well,
forward?
eventually you're going to be pulled upwards, right? So you're going to draw a bigger circle, and imagine you're turning around as well. So you're hung by a string. What are you going to draw?
Yeah,
You're going to listen. Let me fill in the gaps here. You're going to draw a circle, right? An ever increasing circle of view.
If you're
Right?
looking
And
downwards,
at some point,
if
you
you're
lose
if,
the ability. You lose the ability to differentiate, I guess, at some certain point. But the higher you rise up, you can understand, and it's just in a consideration sort of matter. The higher you rise, the bigger and bigger, increasing circle you will draw. Would you agree with that?
you'd be looking downwards. I mean, I'm not sure, because if I was sat on or in a boat on this hypothetically flat ocean, if I look forward, I would see what appears to my naked eye to be a straight line. If I look that way, it would appear to be a straight line all the way around you, because the distance you can see is the same in every direction.
Right. So if something is the same distance in every direction from a central viewing point, which is your viewing point, what would you describe the best geometrical shape to encompass that?
Yeah.
Would you say a circle?
Yeah.
Would you say a circle?
Well, if you were drawing it, it would be a straight line across your paper. If you were drawing it from above, then diagrammatically it would be a circle. Yeah, that would be
Thank
your,
you.
your field of
Thank
view.
you. Now, with your instrument there, which reminds me of a parlophone for some reason, if you're looking at the string at the center and you see curves in some aspect, you could extrapolate and say, well, it has to be the curve of the Earth itself. Or, in the other variation, as you place yourself on a possible flat extended plane, it could be the curve of this greater circle of view.
Well, no,
Would you not agree?
because as I said, if you start at the beginning again, you're sat in a boat on that flat ocean, looking forward, all you're going to see is a straight line. We are now higher up, but still looking forward. So why don't we still see
You can see a straight line looking forward on the ocean on a boat. You can't. Only in one direction, only in one tunnel vision. If you were to look around and get a full view, that would equate to a circle.
Yeah, but not from your eyes, because if I'm looking forward, it's sort of, let's say 5 miles away, whichever. It's a horizontal circle around me, a circle as in the distance I can see, but visually all I would see is ocean going up to a straight line, But
Right.
but that's just
That takes
visually,
decoding,
because
though, doesn't it?
because if you that's in your hypothetically flat ocean. In reality, the ocean is not flat; it is level, which is a different thing. Which is why you can only see a certain distance, because you're not visually going to see the curve left to right when you're sat in the ocean. You're going to see so far before the water hides what's beyond. That's your horizon.
Well,
Because
what
of the
assumptions
curve.
have you brought into that statement?
None.
None at all.
No.
Right.
Because, I mean, I know what you're saying, but because, first of all, with the left-right, if you are careful enough, you can detect the curve. I forget the guy's name who did it. He had a couple of spirit levels set up, and set them up so that you had spirit level and spirit level, the gap in between with the horizon showing. He took photograph. Then when you compress the photograph left to right, the spirit levels are still straight but shorter. The ocean has a slight curve. You're not going to see it with the naked eye, but you can if you use equipment.
Okay. So here's another question for you. You seem to be trusting your senses a lot.
No.
But at the same time, visual here we're talking about. Visual conclusions. I see a certain thing in a certain way. I make these conclusions. At the same time, over my years of experience here, I'm told over and over again we can't trust our sensible acumen, Mr. Sensible. We can't trust it so much. We have to rely on sort of equipment to get into the more nuanced levels that is needed in order, like you talked about the ring laser gyroscope, you have to have very, very fucking precise, excuse my language, fucking precise abilities to measure the speed of light degradation from a short, what is it, in relation, in what is it? If I'm here in Ireland moving at 700 miles an hour, in terms of an hour, I will make that a certain angle distinction, variation from my original starting position. But in relation to the speed of light, which moves at 186,000 miles an hour, how the heck are you going to manage measure anything approaching any coherence to mark that?
Well, I'm going to show. I've managed to grab something for you, Pete, just to have a look at. I realise you've not had any time to think about it or prepare before.
I don't rely on anything. I rely on my brain. I need to rely on your brain as you're talking to me.
Well, what you're looking at now, what you're looking at now is a shot from Mage at 35 kilometres up. Okay, you can see those two strings that I just showed you. You can see. Well, sorry, when you're back at the computer, you can see.
I can see.
You can see the horizon between those two strings. That horizon line is curved. The strings are not.
Right. Right. And just like the example I gave you, if you were on the ocean, imagine yourself on a flat extended surface of water. What would your viewing its geometric shape be defined as? It's a circle going around in this way in a horizontal fashion.
Yes.
How can you determine that that's not happening here? Notice as well, by the way, 30,000 meters is approximately about 100,000 feet. Notice, by the way, how the horizon is not so distinct. In the distance, it blends in. We have to at least imagine, Mr. Sensible. Remember, you have to hear both sides of every argument. We have to at least imagine what we would see or may see on an extended plane where the z-axis is scaled appropriately.
Right. Well, there's two things. One, that horizon. There is a blurring because of the atmosphere, not a blurring because of distance. So if that was a plane that went on sort of much bigger than the Earth or infinite, you're going to see see much more, although it would be blurred. But also, leaving that aside, when we take off, when Mage took off, it's broadcasting a radio signal giving its GPS position. Now, excuse me, prior to launch, the only person who could pick it up was ourselves, our transmitter. When we went up a few miles, people further away could pick it up. Further up still, the radio horizon gets extended and extended. At this height, or a little higher, the radio horizon was approximately 400 miles away. So they couldn't pick that up when Mage was just sort of 5 miles high. But when we were at 22 miles high, they could pick it up 400 miles away.
Right.
But they couldn't pick it up further than that. And yet, if it was a flat plane, there is nothing in between. There would be no reason that they couldn't pick it up.
Okay, immediately. And please don't revert to images or videos. Just
it's just that we were talking about Mage. I'll take that back off if you want.
Well, no, you're okay. I'm just saying that, because we have sort of limited time, sort of introductory meeting as well, I'm going to refer you to infrared, where infrared sees through all of this. This is all, by the way, water. It's water everywhere. So infrared sees through that, and you talk about a 400-mile radial sort of extent.
Yeah.
This has been proven not so by, I can't remember the guy's name, whatever.
I know the one you mean.
Whatever he did. You can be sure the military did years beforehand or whatever. But D. Marble is not D. Marble. The guy who went up with the infrared cameras, and you can see from 33,000 feet, which is a third of the distance that you've shown, you can see many times, what did you say, 400 miles? You say 1,200 miles, in some cases. So how do you count for that?
I would counter that
you must have seen those videos.
Well, first of all, I've seen videos from an aircraft with someone taking photos or filming using an infrared lens or camera or something. Yes, I have. Okay, with claims of being able to see mountains that are further away than you should do. I have seen that. Certainly, I've seen nothing on the scale of 1,200 miles.
It was close enough to that. I think it was close enough.
I've seen nothing of that scale. But if that was the case, I would counter that the height I was at then, or Mage was at, the radio signals which aren't limited by clouds and whatnot, they would have been able to be picked up by then at least 1,200 miles, and it should be an awful lot more. But they weren't. They couldn't be picked up beyond 400 miles.
Not sure of the.
I tell you what, Pete. I tell you what, because I am. It's approaching 11 o'clock now, so I am going to have to end. I have actually really been enjoying this, and I hope you accept that I'm giving you a fair crack. I'm not just being abusive or anything.
No, I accept that,
Yeah,
but
good.
I mean, we haven't got into any particular
no.
aspects of things, and you haven't told me. Well, why are you in a hurry to get somewhere? Come on, it's
Well,
a
I've got
Friday
work
night.
tomorrow.
Look
I've
at
got
the
work.
Corona.
I
Well,
work.
Ireland and England are embracing here.
Yeah, no, I work shifts. I actually started my stream earlier tonight so I could finish a little early. Normally I run from 9 till maybe midnight. So,
That's one. So we have another hour, man.
No, I've got work tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. I normally wouldn't run a stream if I've got work in the morning, but I'm starting a little later. So I started early, started at 8, so I've been going for 3 hours, which is...
Okay, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I know you didn't, and that's fine. But I genuinely would like us to arrange a debate, agree some particular subject, whether it's something like MAGE or infrared photographs or whatever, so that you can prepare evidence, I can prepare counter evidence or whatever, and we can have a good discussion, because I think we could.
Well, you're probably better off sort of debating with somebody else. I've done all of these things years ago in a sense. I have moved on to other considerations, and well, if you got 15 minutes left, so as opposed to the hour, well, I've moved on to
No,
other
we haven't got
considerations.
15 minutes. I'm going to have to finish in the next few.
Pretty immediate
Well, within
shutdown.
yeah. So I mean, okay.
Let me ask you a question then,
Yeah,
Mr. Sensible, and I'll happily accept your return invitation. Do you think the dodo bird existed?
Yes,
Why do you think that?
because we see. I'm sure we've seen photographs of a dodo bird.
There's no photograph. The only
Are you
representation
sure?
of the dodo
Or
bird
is
was
it,
taken from a sailor's drawing. Some
Yeah,
sailor saw the
you might be
dodo
right
bird.
on that. Yeah.
Someone drew the representation.
Yeah, that you may
Well-
be correct on that. Thinking on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So your belief for believing that the dodo bird existed, there is faulted already because you go back and what you say was the main reason.
No,
But,
I'm not being. I remember seeing a picture, but thinking about it, it was one of those sort of very detailed anatomical sort of drawings. But I was thinking an early photograph. But I was thinking. But
Okay.
I'm saying, because I'm honest. No, you're actually quite correct on that. It wasn't a photograph.
okay.
I'm not going to lie. And if I've made an error, I'll say, hey, I made an error, which
Your
I
hand
just
up,
have.
right? That's fair enough. And it's not an error. It's just my focus over the last few years beyond flat Earth. It's obvious that Earth is flat and stationary, the surface we live on. But something is moving. And when it comes to what Earth isn't, we know that. People in Australia are not upside down. So that means Earth is something different. And if something is moving, maybe everything is a part of Earth. This is where the non-existence of the dodo bird comes into play.
But-
We're told, Mr. Sensible, that the dodo bird survived and evolved pretty much in a minimal basis because it had no natural predators on the island of Mauritius for millions of years.
Yeah.
But yet, only one complete skeleton was ever constructed. Well, maybe they've improved it a little bit over the last couple of years, but ultimately, and that remains actually, I'm not sure how close you are or where you are in England, that's an Oxford museum, but one, and that was only patched together as well by offerings from different various and sundry. Of the whole dodo bird history, only one skeleton remains
Well,
in its entirety were
you
found,
can,
which is most strange considering that Mauritius is an isolated island, and there should be every reason to collect millions and hundreds and thousands of different skeletons.
Well, when you say collect millions, hundreds, thousands, I mean there wouldn't be fossilised ones. They would because they're not.
Some of them would be. Some of them have.
So, but I mean there are stuffed ones in museums. But I tell you
No,
what,
but they're all
I'll
fake.
be honest.
They're dinosaur fake.
I'll be honest, Pete. I'd never considered whether anyone would question. You obviously are, but I never considered. So I've never looked into anything about whether a dodo bird was real or not.
Well, let me tell you why you should, because
Okay.
when you
And then,
when you come to-
if you tell me, and then we'll draw a line. Okay.
Okay.
Go on then.
Well, let me tell you this then. So cut it briefly. When we come to flat Earth consideration, a certain map is given to us, right? A map is ultimately the layout of the land, the interrelationships between the land masses. A certain map is given to us, the Gleason's map. But you notice Australia is always at the top. When you rotate it around, so it's at the bottom, and you imagine some of the water drained away, well, then this imaginary bird jumps out at you. So maybe the dodo bird is a greater symbol given to us to sort of unravel this whole thing. And not only that, well, of course, it didn't exist. It represents the divided state of the land, Mr. Sensible, but or importantly still, it represents your divided state, male from female, self from self, in a spiraling fashion down the spine. How did the dodo bird come into existence? How did the state of division come to be? Well, the dividing or the division of the tree of life, which I've identified as Aristarchus. And Aristarchus of Samos is the man who's credited historically as being the reason why your channel is in play right now and why this whole flat earth versus globe earth debate is in existence, because he is credited as the father of heliocentrism, the base for a material only existence where all culminates and stems from nothing. Let me ask you one thing before we go. Do you
Okay,
believe
this
in
will be
a
last
higher
thing because
power?
they're now.
Last thing. Do you believe in a higher power, a creator?
No.
Okay, no worries. We'll talk about that again.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and I will happily say you've been polite, respectful. I mean, you let a couple of cuss words
Bombs.
slip out. No, and I know that happens.
Let that go.
That happens in speech, and that's fine. So I'm quite happy to have you on here, and we'll have a chat and a debate. So let's hook up. Agree a couple of topics that we're both happy talking about, and take it from there. Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Excellent.
Let me give you my email: fonnymason@gmail.com. FONNYMASON@gmail.com.
Well, obviously you're on my Discord, so if you drop that to me in
I'll do
a
that,
message,
actually.
then we
Yeah,
got that.
no worries.
That's brilliant, Pete. I really appreciate that,
Yeah.
and I would like to do that. Okay.
Thanks very much for your hospitality on this Friday evening. And of course, we're all aware that Corona is a hoax, right? But if you're not aware of that, I'll let you know about that the next time. Take it easy.
You do that. Okay. Well, I honestly enjoyed that. Now I know who Pete Shea is. That was very interesting, and I will get in touch with him and see if we can agree a few things that we can talk about. I do appreciate there's been quite a few people in the live waiting room. Sorry, guys, not going to get on tonight, okay? I know that I talked an awful lot. I felt I had a lot to say, and it's like catching up with old friends, interacting in the chat. And then, of course, Pete popped up, and I couldn't pass that up. Oh, hello, Jose. I understand you know Pete. First time I've come across him. So I will arrange with him. And we'll see where that gets to. As it says below, I will be making a guest appearance on a major channel sometime in the not too distant future. Everything about that is hush hush for now, but it's coming soon. As soon as I have something I can tell you, I will do so. Just to let you know about the fact my videos are a little erratic in how often they're coming out right now. I did mention at the top of the stream, you all know I work shifts, but due to the nature of my work, there's more in the summer than the winter, so they give us, or they kindly ask us and expect us to do more hours in the summer. So my shifts, unless they're very earlys or very lates, don't leave me with much time in the day to do anything else. So I apologise for that. And of course, there's a lot less flat Earth out there than there used to be. Let me have a final check because I don't want to miss anything in case anything slipped by me. I think I'm up to date with that. Let me just double check that one. I think I read that one from Second Best Bob, £5. I think drink has been taken by your guest. Maybe that's why he thinks the Earth is flat. I think I did read that one already. Thank you very much for all my members. Thank you for all my patrons. I do appreciate all you guys so much. And thank you very much for everyone who's super chatted. And indeed, thank you for everyone who's been here commenting tonight. And I hope you've all enjoyed it. I have. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. So I'll get myself lined up. Say thank you very much. Take care. Look after yourselves. Have a good weekend and stay sensible.
Mr. Sensible, Mr. Sensible, bring me some cheese, and get me only the best if you please, Here are some flowers, let me display them. Yea, Dr. Warlow, you have Arnold slay them. Mr. Sensible, you are a man. Every subscriber is a faithful fan. Bring your logic and your cheese. Mr. Sensible, help us out, please. Mr. Sensible, I needed proof of gravity, so I jump off the roof. It cannot let me go further. Why was I ever such a dumb flat earther? Mr. Sensible, I'm such a clown. I am the laughing stock of the town. Bring your logic and your cheese. Mr. Sensible, help me out, please. Mr. Sensible, bring me a sphere, to which the waters of the oceans adhere, have explanations that let me be candid. So clear that all the fluffers understand it. Mr. Sensible, please hear my call. The earth is not flat, so let's have a ball. So bring your logic and your cheese. Mr. Sensible,